All right, we on.
All right, Shalom. I'm going to give all praises to
Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushua, Ba'ashem, HaKadosh.
a double honor to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, which you well with the brothers of Great Millstone. We've been blessed with the grace of Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushua, to teach His word another week. And, I mean, look, unless you're living under a rock, there's a lot to talk about this week.
Oh, yeah.
Okay?
Oh, yeah.
In terms of them just shocking the world and the people's mind with a lot of trauma, right?
Yeah.
On September 10th, just before 9/11, you had a right-wing political speaker, Charlie Kirk, got his jugular, took it out, all right, with a rifle by an individual by the name of Tony Robinson, a 22-year-old kid that was, he has a leftist ideology. More details are coming out that a lot of the stuff that Charlie Kirk spoke about, he was completely against. He had a transgender partner. He wasn't a fan of Trump back in 2017. Yeah, came out. Yeah, the FBI was working with his tranny partner. The tranny partner was showing them text messages saying, "Look, here's a drop-off point for the rifle," all that stuff. Yeah. So when that information was coming out, what the FBI did is they released things in little drops. Because there's a lot of times they'll have information, but they don't release it right away. They have a lot of footage that they don't release to the public because they're building a case.
Yeah.
But they did snatch up persons of interest, and that led to a lot of speculations. Were these people a part of it? Were they was it a Mossad hit? And these people are acting as diversions. As time progressed, it showed that the most simple. Often in these situations, 2 + 2 = 4, bro.
Whoa.
You know what I'm saying?
When I say this, they said that his parents recognized his image and called the FBI saying that was their son. They were saying that his parents gave him up.
No, that's not what happened. He told his father he shot Charlie Kirk. He went home, because he lives about 3 hours away from the location. He told his father that he shot Charlie Kirk.
And his father gave him up.
No, wait a minute, brother, let me finish. Let me finish, Doc. His parents are Mormons, right? So what his father did was the father went to the priest, and the Mormon priest told his father, "You should go to the authorities." And then that's when he went to the authorities and then, told, "Hey, look, my son did this and that." Now, with that said, Utah is a place that you could get the death penalty. Now, they might not give him the death penalty because of the sake of the parents, because he was turned in, but a lot of people are calling for his death. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. That's the thing too with the right, like, and so like, that's why I want to just finish my thoughts and then share it. But going back to the situation when it happened, a lot of conspiracy theories were swirling. Was Charlie, did he get killed because he was with Israel anymore, because he was a pro-Israel supporter? But when he was on Valuetainment, he was saying, look, about some of the things like he wasn't supporting mass genocide. So was it a thing like, oh, he was about to switch, so they killed him? I don't personally believe that's the case, because he was still getting $40 million from AIPAC. But as evidence shown, it shows that, look, as more evidence came out, it turns out that old man that they captured, that, he is a so-called Jew, guess what? He's been in a lot of these events. So he was what you call a person of interest. Very similar to when the apostles give story about when 9/11 fell. They got arrested. Did they have shit to do with 9/11? Hell no. But they were persons of interest. So there's a lot of shit that's being spewed out right now on X and these different accounts and things like that. And we understand that we can't take everything for face value, but we have to filter a lot. And that's what I've been saying to the spirit. We have to show the same scrutiny we do for the mainstream media for the shit that you see on the internet, because you'll hear a bunch of shit, you know what I'm saying, which is attacked by the so-called white man to just stir mass confusion. But often, in these situations, at least when we reflect on a lot of the things that's happened throughout the years, the simplest answer typically is the answer. Read that real quick, Doc.
And, it says, 2 Corinthians chapter 2, verse 11, at least Satan, the so-called white man, should get an advantage of us.
How? Through deception. Go ahead.
For we are not ignorant of his devices.
Right. Ignorant means to not know. We know of the devices of the so-called white man. Psyops, psychosis, these sorts of things. And if you look at what happened on September 10th, you see a lot of the so-called white man bring out a lot of shit to show you a lot of post-traumatic stress, to put that on people, to put a lot of fear in you. On September 10th, not only was Charlie Kirk shot in the neck for you to see, all right, because the shooter wanted that. They wanted that graphic image there. Because if it was just to kill him, they could have shot him.
But can I say something? On Scoops, it wasn't censored, but on TikTok it was censored because TikTok became bitched out when they made an agreement with the American government, so they don't show a lot of things like they used to.
Yeah.
But Scoops, they showed the actual shot when he was talking after that, when he said, "You mean?" Because the person asked him, what do you think about these massive shootings by these transgenders? He said, "So okay, what do you mean? Massive shootings in these school shootings, or is it, we talking about gang violence?" Pop.
Yeah.
And everybody tried to run it.
Yeah, he asked him first initially about, he said, how many trans shootings have there been in the past couple of years? And Charlie Kirk picked up a mic and said, too many. That's when he got an applause from the church, from the audience. And then the guy that was speaking followed up with, it's only been 5, such and such. And then Charlie's response was then, well, are we counting gang violence? And that's when he got shot in the throat. Now the shooter, people thought initially, now this has to be some expert hitman. If you know anything about guns, and if you practice at a gun range, that wasn't a difficult shot to make, all right? It's easier to shoot an assault rifle than it is to shoot a handgun, especially one that is bolt action with a scope on it. Shot him, killed him, and that was that, right? Now, my thing is, don't chase your tail trying to figure out, don't try to be a fucking private investigator, bro, because at the end of the day, you're not gonna 100% know, right? All we could do right now is focus on the implications. When these things happen, whether they be organic or synthetic, what can the elites do with it? That's how they see shit. They see crisis as opportunity, whether they did it or not. You know? And so what are some of the things that happened from that? Well, you had Donald Trump saying, look, now we got to target these cities and put more troops. What? They're trying to create more of a police state. You know they've been going after long rifles. They want to take those out. Why? So when the so-called white man rolls, people won't have the ability to defend themselves, all right? From a statistical standpoint, all right, and I don't know the exact percentage, well, I don't remember the exact percentage, but I know it's north of 60% of the world's firearms is held right here in the United States. You know what I'm saying? Most people in this world most of the people that have the guns is right here in America.
Oh, and the company Barrett, they make some great
Well,
weapons, man.
when these shits happen, gun stock kick. You had Smith and Wesson. When that nigga got killed, the stock just boom, pop.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So people are trying to, that's how come I said this years ago. I said when all hell breaks loose, gold ain't gonna be the most precious metal, it's gonna be lead. People are gonna want bullets to protect themselves, man. Second is, unless there's more?
I have more,
Did you read all the 2 and 11?
No, I got more. So it says, back in 2 Corinthians chapter 2, verse 11, he's saying should get an advantage of us. We're not ignorant of his devices.
Right, we're not ignorant of his devices. So we filter in a bunch of shit, man.
Yeah, man.
All right, we filter in a bunch of things, and we don't rule out anything. You know, we don't rule out anything. You know, but at the same time, you still want to use logical thinking, because you know what happens when these things happen. You know, just because the government has lied to the American people so much, they don't trust shit.
Okay,
and let me finish this stuff. And what happens is people get emotional. You start to try to piece things together. And what you don't want to do is you don't want to make your emotional speculation fact without evidence. You know what I'm saying? So just give shit time, let evidence come out.
The American government lied to everybody. That goes back to 1952, Operation Mockingbird, where the CIA put out a decree that the media could lie to the people. It's called Operation Mockingbird. Look that up.
Yeah, I mean, look, you could get truth from the media, and you could get lies from alternative media. There's nothing for the so-called white man to set up. Like this guy Alex Jones, you know, that guy set up to just put out a lot of disinformation along with information to aid in confusion. You know what I'm saying? He'll tell you shit like, what he said some crazy. But remember when that UFO thing was popping? And this is what I'm telling you how the media works. Whatever they want you to focus on, you focus on and get emotional about it. Remember when planes were falling from the sky? Yo, why the fuck planes keep falling? Planes keep falling because they kept showing you planes falling. If you'd have just did 1 minute of research, you'd have found out there were more plane crashes in that time period under Biden than there was under Trump. But they didn't show you that. So whatever they wanted, another example, when it's time to vote, what are you gonna see? Every time it's time to vote, guess what you're gonna see? A white cop killing an unarmed Jake. Why? So BLM could come in. It's the same play.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So whatever they want you to focus on, they'll use the news media to just have you focus on that shit. You know what I'm saying? Are cops still shooting on all Jakes? Hell yeah. Are planes still falling from the sky? Fuck yeah. Are there still drones flying over New Jersey? Fuck it. But what do they want to put on the news? You know what I'm saying? So right now, this week, it was a bunch of trauma. It was Charlie Kirk getting shot involving a gun. You had a shooting in Colorado. Same day, school shooting in Colorado.
Yeah.
In Dallas, you had the Ukrainian one, but I don't think that was the same day, but it was about
it was the same week,
prior.
yeah, a couple of days before.
A couple of days
before.
After, it was
No,
a
it was
couple of days
before.
after that shit. It was like everything was in the same week.
Yeah.
It took place.
You had the Ukrainian woman slashed in North Carolina. You also had
Then you had the lady that was a retired professor at a university that got stabbed up by another Jake. You know what I mean?
Wow. And then you had a Jake cut off that Indian guy's head that owned a motel over Washington. So they putting all that shit in your head, showing you that to say, look, we should ban guns.
Yeah.
All right. This immigrant shit is getting out of control. These fucking niggers. You got to put up. You know what I'm saying? So it's fueling these people to have this sort of response. You know what I'm saying?
Did you see the video of them chanting, "White men fight back"?
Yeah.
White men fight back. You didn't see that video?
I saw that video.
So, I mean, in response of this dude getting whacked out by another white man in Utah, so he was saying black on black crime. That showed that the Most High, you know.
It turned out that he was right.
Yeah.
Kirk. Because Kirk was saying that trans people are committing most of these violence and most of these shootings.
They whacked out in their mind.
But that's what he got killed by.
A transgender.
He got killed by a guy that
Guy with a
trans.
transgender,
You know what I'm saying?
They were trans. Yeah.
Now initially, before that information came out, they were saying, look, you stupid cracker, you was talking about Jake and you got killed by a cracker. But turns out that cracker was pretty much everything this guy was saying.
He was speaking against transgenders, and the dude that killed him was in love with a transgender that was dealing with a transgender. That transgender was his wife.
He had leftist ideology. That's how come he engraved shit on the bullets.
Yeah.
He did the same shit this dude Luigi Mangione did to the guy that he killed.
Yep. Right.
The healthcare.
The healthcare guy.
Yeah.
You know. And look, if this happened in the 1990s, people would just say, look, people lose it. Now with social media, people can't accept that. Look. You have people that just fucking lose it. You have people that do become radicalized. I'll give you an example, right? What we believe now, right, versus what we believe, like, let's say in middle school, we look at each other like, damn, that's me? I changed so much. Now we changed in righteousness, but we believe what we believe. These are people that, like that guy, that shooter, he could believe what he believed. Like I'm doing, because think about it. They keep telling, this is how they program the so-called left. Nazi fascists. These are Nazi fascists. So in their mind, they thinking they're gonna take out the next Hitler or the next Nazi fascist. Motherfucker believe that shit. Right, real quick.
This is 2nd Ezra's 15 and 16.
No, brother. Can you start at 14?
All right.
Are you able to get the entire chapter
Yeah, I'm
open?
gonna view the whole chapter.
All right, that's
I got
This is
72, back them up.
2nd Ezra's 15 and 1.
No, 14, brother. 14 on down.
2nd Ezra's chapter 15, verse 14. Woe to the world and them that dwell therein.
Right, woe, destruction, sorrows to the world and them that dwell therein. We're in the world right now, okay? But we're not judged to the world, at least not mentally. You know what I'm saying? We're able to look at these things from a spiritual standpoint. Most of these people don't know what the fuck is going on. Why? Because they don't have the scriptures. That's why the scripture says knowledge and wisdom should be the stability of that time. You know? Also, we have a brotherhood that we discuss these things. You know what I'm saying? What's your take on, we sort of have discourse amongst ourselves and go back to the scriptures. And that's how come we don't get too caught up, you know? Keeping your head on the swivel. Now I'm going to tell you what, there's going to be all eyes on these trannies. Speaking of trannies, it's going to be all eyes on them. Because guess what they did? They on Blue Sky, which is like the leftist version of Twitter, saying that they should kill his family too. they saying why stop at Kirk? You should kill the kid and the daughters. That's what they saying. You have liberal white women celebrating and doing all this shit on TikTok that this guy is. It shows you that
bugged up, bro.
it shows you the fucking psychosis and the spell that these people are under.
Yeah.
They're so far gone into left wing, right wing, not forgetting that left and right wing is the same bird.
Yeah.
they
two sides of the same coin.
yeah, that they want to start. Here's the problem: they want to start a civil war, but here's the problem: the so-called right, will not give them the response they want because the so-called right, the conservatives, have the scriptures. They believe to the Bible to some extent. That's how come when, like, if somebody on the left see somebody that they look up to get killed, like George Floyd, it's a riot. Burning shit down. On the right, they're not gonna do that. Because they'll say let's kill a guy, but in the confines of the law, the death penalty. They're not gonna outright say let's kill one of theirs. And even if you do have a loose cannon that kill one of theirs, the general right they'll be like, we shouldn't do that, we shouldn't, you know what I'm saying? So that's how come I believe it's gonna have to take something completely on some 9/11 shit to really push the right to just say fuck these laws and just start killing these so-called liberals, man.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. For the sword in their destruction draweth nigh, and one people shall stand up and fight against another.
And that's what the elites want. Hey, shit, the elites are on point right now. They want what we want. You know, a race war, class war, a political war. They want. Why? So they can come up with a solution. It's called order ab chaos. All right? Go ahead.
And swords in their hands.
And swords in their hands, whether that's guns. Now, speaking of guns, they're working on something called smart guns. All right? I believe they already have it. They showed it in the movie James Bond. In other words, a gun will only fire if only the registered owner is using it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And what's the same tactic? What's the same play they always run? Let's give you safety, but we're gonna give you safety, you have to give up your liberties. And when you give up your liberty for security, you always end up losing both.
Yeah.
Okay, that's what they did with 9/11, introduced Patriot Act 1,
Yep.
2. So with these mass shooters, they can say, look, man, either put the chip in there, in your hand or your body, or have smart guns.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Right, you got more?
Yeah. All right.
Man, some exciting times, bro. Hey, what I said at the start of 2025, 2025 will not be boring. You can't tell me 2025.
Yeah. 2026 is gonna be even more exciting.
Shit, that's right.
All right.
For the sword in their destruction draweth nigh, and one people shall stand up and fight against another, and swords in their hands.
Now this brother was mentioning white fight back, white fight back. There's all types of memes and all types of shit on social media of these crackers hating Jake.
Yeah.
They believe that the so-called Jew is sprinkling niggas in their neighborhood to make it just completely fucked. That's what they believe. You got Nick Fuentes, these different sort of right-wing speakers. They believe that, you know?
They coming out. White men fight back. White men fight back because of an incident that happened in North Carolina on the train, and the other incident where in Texas where a woman was walking a dog, a prominent, retired professor at a Texas university, dude jigged her up. I mean, she died. You know what I mean? So now they're saying white men fight back. But whatever all the atrocities you committed against us, man.
Yeah.
Right.
On a daily.
And the thing too is, this is what they'll do. Like, you look at the woman that the Jade stood up, sliced her on top of her head, the Ukrainian woman. Well, what they did, this is why they so-called white people are pissed, because they zoomed out, they saw a bunch of Jakes not doing shit. Jake was just like, ain't give a fuck, really.
And she was sitting there like holding her neck and crying and shit. She should have the train stopped. She should have got off the
It
train.
looked like she passed out.
Yeah, I kind of like, damn, I mean, a lot of Ukrainians,
I fuck with the Ukrainian chick, bro. It was sweet.
me, because she was real nice. So I'm saying to myself, damn, he didn't have to do that, but he was saying that
Yeah, the chip in him and
the
shit.
chip in him that was inside him made him do that.
Who
You know
knows
what I
if
mean?
that's true or not?
It could be true.
That's
or
what he
it could
said?
be-
That's what he
Yeah.
said. He said
Word?
there was a chip in me that made me do it.
Oh, shit.
My whole thing is this.
Yeah.
What about the 14 prior arrest? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
This guy also assaulted his sister.
He was in and out of mental institutions. So while he's in a mental institution,
Bro, he got locked up in 2007.
But
So
he
this
was-
guy has a history of doing this shit. So I'm like, why you ain't mentioned the chick before?
Yeah.
but they were saying he was in and out of being locked up, and they started putting him in mental institutions. So who knows if there's some kind of surgery on his brain? 'Cause I doubt very much, like the Pastor Tahan said, that if the chip in the sand made him do something,
Yeah, because
it had to be.
Yeah, you know what? Let's go to
For their shit.
No. You reading what you reading? Go to Proverbs 16:1, because this guy said the chick made him do it. Go ahead.
Right, so I get that out. I get
Yeah, real
Proverbs
quick,
16:1.
Proverbs 16:1. the so-called white man, there's no such thing as free will. If that motherfucker bugged out, the Most High made him bug out.
That's right.
Proverbs 16:1. Okay, I got it right here. I got you right now. Give me 1 second, brother. Give me 1 second.
Because we know that the so-called white man do things like predictive programming or what have you. You know, that's how come you have jakes walking around with their pants up their ass and pink hair. But, you know, you'll never be able to control somebody's will. Because that means you just took away power for the Most High.
There's no free will.
Yeah.
Go ahead, brother. Read it.
This is Proverbs 16 verse 1. It says, the preparation of the heart, which is the mind, in man, and the answer of the tongue is from the Lord Yahweh.
Right, so the Most High is the one that works on a man's mind. You know what I'm saying? They could push it and you and try MK Ultra and all this type of shit. But they found out, Esau found out, man, it's just easy to bribe people. You know what I'm saying?
I can buy him out.
Yeah.
And if he has money, I could just honey trap him. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, that's what that dude said. We have no fucking proof of that, you know. But that's what he said. But when you watch the video, Jake ain't do shit. So what they'll do is this, right? They'll say, look at Daniel Petty. Remember Daniel Petty, that Edomite that choked out
on the train,
that bugged out Jake on the train?
Yeah.
They'll say, look what white people will do in the situation, and look what niggas do in the situation. You know what I'm saying?
They were trying to help the Jake.
Yeah.
Well, they were trying to help the Jake.
Daniel Petty choked him out because the guy was crazy, threatening the lives of people and shit. But the whole thing is Daniel Petty's an Edomite. So they're like, oh, look how Esau responds in a situation like that, and look how these niggas respond. They just stand there. No, but here's my shit. This is what I'm saying. They're trying to push a narrative. You can show, I'm pretty sure you can show a situation right now in the United States where Jake is helping an Edomite or helping an individual or whatever from a situation.
Yeah.
But that's not the narrative they want to push. This is the power of the news. You know what I'm saying? They're able to control, they're able to get all different types of shit that happens in the world and say, let's push this out, let's push that out.
It goes back to the word Operation Mockingbird. Somebody look that up. Operation Mockingbird that came out in the 1950s, where the CIA was allowed to control the media and the anchors and the reporters, where they give their own narrative. Yeah,
and my whole thing is, what do you really want them to do? It happened so quickly. You know what I'm saying? And I don't think they knew the severity of what the fuck was happening. But if you watch the entire video, people did start to come over there and shit and look. But initially, it's like, what you want them to do? Grab this guy? This motherfucker look big as hell. There was nobody there that, at least what I'm looking at, that could physically match this dude, nor even had any sort of weapons. And I think the mindset was like, fuck it, I'm gonna leave it to the authorities. You know what I'm saying? But
you want to be next.
Exactly.
You know
what if he had a gun on him?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, yeah, you Edomites could jump in the line of fire, but what the fuck is it? I think this is what would maybe make sense, right? If that
freeze, nigga.
it would be the narrative they're trying to push is like, oh, these Jakes are just desensitized. Yeah. But I bet you if it was an event where somebody was on that bus and somebody that's close to you was being attacked, then you'll see a response. Yeah. You're like, you don't know this Edomite bitch. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna
lie. She's a sweet little woman. You know what I'm saying, young, coming from escaping the war over in Ukraine. You come over here, so they say, but that's the narrative that she came over here from Ukraine and she was trying to seek asylum in America, and this happened to her. That means the Most High had a mark for death.
Yeah,
bro.
Yeah. You trying to run? Hey, what's
you can't
that?
run from judgment.
Flee from a lion and a bear met you?
Yeah.
That's right. That's what happened to us. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, it was judgment from the Lord.
So you can't run from judgment. The Most High had you hook, line, and sinker. You ran from the judgments that was taking place over in Ukraine, but when you came to America, the Lord had a bugged out Jake carve you up real nice.
Yeah. Can you get me Amos 3 and 7 real quick before we go back to the second Ezra? Because it was, like you just mentioned, it was all the Lord. I think it's 3 and 6.
3 and 6.
No, that's 3 and 7.
3 and 6.
3 and 7.
No. Shall they be evil in the land and the Lord has not done it?
That's 3 and 7.
3 and 7? I think it's 3 and 6.
Amos 3 and 7?
No, it's 3 and 6, I believe.
Okay, let me see. It says.
Yeah, it's 6. It's 6.
It says,
yep, 6. Amos 3 and 6. You got it. Right here. 6.
Oh, well, okay, slack. It says, shall the trumpet be blown? It says, shall the trumpet be blown in the city and the people not be afraid?
Right, this is a rhetorical question. This is not a question you answer, right? Like, bump into somebody, what are you, a jackass? You don't say yes or no. You know, it's a rhetorical question. Of course, when alarms sound, you get a response from people like, oh shit, what's going on?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
So it's saying, go ahead.
This is Amos chapter 3, verse 7. Number read from the sixth verse. It's like it. Shall the trumpet be blown in the city, and the people not be afraid?
Right,
Should there be evil in the city, and the Lord Yahweh have not done it?
Right, another rhetorical question. Of course the Most High does evil. All the judgment that we see in, Kirk,
Yep.
that chick on the train,
Yep.
the Elamite that got his head chopped off by that Jake,
Yep.
all that shit is the will of the Lord.
The Edomite woman that got beheaded
Oh, I didn't know about that one.
recently, and over in working in McDonald's, she got beheaded. You know.
And I think too with that Jake over there, man, all over the place. The thing too with that Jake, I'll tell you one thing with that event, man. They're gonna put a whole bunch of eyes on him, bro. They're gonna put a bunch of eyes on him.
Because they been doing a lot of these mass shootings because they mentally unstable.
Yeah.
And back in the 1920s, right? If you was a homosexual, you was considered mentally ill. But now, fast forward to the 2000s, 2014, 15, if you're a homosexual, you get rights. But they mentally unstable, and it's proven that them dollars in the 20s was right.
Yeah.
That they mentally, because they shooting up these schools.
Because in the 90s, this is what they did. In the 90s, you were a transvestite, meaning you just a homo. You know you were a homo dressing as a woman. They would understand that. You was a transvestite. Now you a transgender to the point where no, I'm not a man. I'm a woman.
Because what they do is
Fuck them.
they enhanced it with not only a mental thing, but giving them surgery and paying the government paying for it.
Yeah.
So now you're a fucking freak. Like the brother said, you a freak.
Yeah, the pills that they give them fuck with their head. A lot of them too end up offing themselves.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
They off themselves, and then a lot of that don't get off. They get off by our people because they deceiving people. But it's not. But that's not a crime.
Yeah.
That's not. But it's a crime to kill them. But it's not a crime for them to act like a woman and deceive a man.
Yeah.
You in the bar. That's why I don't go to bars. You in the bar, you drinking.
Yeah.
You dancing, and you don't even know you dancing with a goddamn fucking freak, man.
Yeah.
It's true.
They showed a video of this dude. It was this female that looked like a female with long hair, which was a wig, and probably had a BBL, but the nigga was the shit was twerking. So the dude got down dancing with him, and the wig came off, and it was a dude. He jumped up like, oh shit.
Yeah. It's wild, bro. And you know what's crazy? They trying to tell you if you like trannies, you're not. That doesn't make you gay.
What is it?
You're not a real man if
What
you
it
don't
make
like
you
them.
gay?
They say that too.
Wow.
Real.
No, listen. What happened to that dude in the club? That didn't make him gay because he ain't know.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
He got
But if you
deceived.
know this is a man that did a surgery to masquerade as a woman, and you deal with that, you're a homosexual.
Yeah.
Well,
Okay?
no, the dude jumped up, slacking. The dude jumped up, was like, yo.
Yeah, I'm saying
And his friends had to hold him back. He wanted to fight the dude. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm saying like just because he danced with the trainer doesn't mean this guy's gay because he didn't know. That's my point.
Yeah.
My point is this: they're trying to tell you, even if you know that this man did a surgery to make himself like a woman, and you lie with that man, you're still straight. This is the warped shit that they're trying to teach you. You know what I'm saying? Now, mind you, there's no such. Somebody get Genesis 5, Baba Kashah, Genesis 5 and 2. Come on, brother. Hey, bro, you about to come out. Genesis 5 and 2.
And a lot of them, they come out when they end up getting older. They end up getting depressed, and they said, "Why didn't nobody stop me?" Because they were children, and children. The scriptures say you gotta train up a child in the way that he should go. So as their kids, they're being influenced by Disney, by different things, and they're thinking that it's their own choice. And then people is influencing them. So finally, when they end up doing it, they end up getting older. They end up being depressed and committing suicide. Talking about
you can't reverse it. You can't reverse having your dick back.
Yeah.
You know, you were told to chop your dick off at 7. You're 15 years
That's
old
crazy.
and you fell in love with your high school sweetheart.
Yeah.
You can't do shit.
It's
now.
over.
Right. As Genesis 5 and 2, it says, male and female created he them.
Exactly. There's
That's
no
it.
hermaphrodite. There's no nothing in the middle.
Yeah.
When you die and your flesh turns to bones and they identify your bones, they're going to say, oh, this was a transgender bone.
Yep.
It's either a male or a female.
That's
You
it.
can tell by the pelvis
Yeah.
bone.
The pelvic
Yeah,
bone.
go
Yep.
ahead, bro.
It says, male and female created he them and blessed them and called their name Adam.
Right. So men and women were created in mass numbers at the same time.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
That's right.
It's Adam and Eve. As they say, it's not Adam and Steve, okay?
Yeah.
But the so-called white man who years of just manipulating people. Yo, I'm popping this Asian bitch. I believe she has a gay roommate. I never met the motherfucker. But she's saying words like they, them. She's a young chick. These colleges,
Yeah.
they warp your mind, bro.
Yeah.
That's how come when this shit came out, I was like, this Edomite, I could believe his mind is warped, because there's another video where they're interviewing these college kids, and they learn a bunch of fucked up shit in them colleges, man. They that what the fuck is that? Either you can bring forth kids or you can't. All right? I don't give a fuck how much artificial shit they doing. Women give birth, men implant the woman. That's it. You can't change that.
Yep.
It says, yeah, male and female created he them and blessed them and called their name Adam the day when they were created.
Yeah, and people have a right to be upset at these trannies. You know why? Because now they have the rights to adopt kids,
Yeah.
jump in sports,
Yeah.
be in women locker rooms, man. That'll piss any sensible man off. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Not tell you, change your IDs to female. You see what I'm saying?
Yep.
That shit is fucked up.
Yeah, that's false identity, man. That's the same
false
way. That's the same way. If I take my ID and the credentials and try to do a scam or whatever, I'll get locked up for that,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
I try to create a social,
Yeah.
a whole identity,
Yeah.
and the New York State ID and all of that, and I go around printing up cards and shit like that.
Yeah.
Yo,
Why,
no,
should
you
I-
gotta,
why would I get in trouble for that then?
You gotta-
I believe I'm this person.
right, and you gotta be extra circumspect, because the surgeries are going fall, bro, where you can't even
Yeah,
tell.
that's
Especially
a
with
fact.
the apps.
Yeah.
Man, you know how many times I had to ask a chick, yo, straight up, yo, you're born a woman, right?
Yeah.
And you have to say it like in a way
Yeah.
like, I'm not trying to offend you. I mean, this is just
Yeah.
not my preference, because you're using
You
wisdom.
can't tell nowadays.
But some of these trannies, they take their ribs out, have hips. That shit is crazy, man.
I
It's
told you that
sick.
Yeah.
technology was gonna get to the point where they gonna start looking like these trannies are gonna start looking like actual, like they was
Yeah.
actually women. You
Yeah.
remember like when
'Cause another
Jennifer
thing
Love
too
Hewitt
is-
when she was young?
Yeah.
She looked it better, right? They
Yeah.
gonna start looking like her, yo.
Yeah.
Yeah, bro.
When she was young.
Another thing too is they have all these different hormones to make a man more feminine.
Yeah.
Load you up with estrogen, give you titties, give you all.
Yeah.
It's a sick world, bro.
Yeah.
This is why the Lord gotta come back.
That's right.
Some scary shit.
And if they do it young, that's how you won't be able to tell, because
Right.
the puberty blockers stops them from like fully forming into a man.
And here's the thing too, you got women that are naturally lean, muscular, and
Yeah.
don't have no big titties.
Yeah.
You have these bitches that might not be curvy, so it's just
Yeah.
like it's even
Confusing.
more.
Yeah.
Now, in the past was, yo, don't deal with no bitch that have kids. Now you actually know you got kids. Like,
Just to make sure.
You didn't adopt, right?
Deuteronomy chapter
It's
23,
dangerous. That's how I
verse.
get high and leave that crib.
Yeah.
I be with the brothers, I might have a sip or whatever, but no, I'm not on no dolo shit out here in the street. Huh? No.
Yeah.
wow, bro.
Deuteronomy 23 and 1. He that is wounded in the stones or have his privy member cut off
Dang.
shall not enter into the congregation. of
Right, the
Lord.
stones are talking about your balls.
Yeah.
You know, wound the stone, get your stones chopped off. All right, you can't enter the congregation.
Yeah.
In the ancient world, if they captured Jake and you have to serve around a man's woman, they'll chop your balls off.
Yeah.
It's called a eunuch.
Eunuch,
Well, you had
yeah.
different types of eunuch. You had a
Yeah.
natural eunuch. You had a eunuch by choice. You had a eunuch by situations like that.
Yeah.
They chop off your privates, man.
Dang.
So if that would have happened, you can't be around the congregation. Now, that's right there is telling you you're not supposed to be doing these things. You're not supposed to be mutilating your body, especially mutilating a child. You gotta be sick in your head.
Yeah.
I don't know how the fuck you can call yourself a doctor performing that surgery on a child
That's crazy.
and then go to sleep at night. They also have to get their heads examined. See, but this is a wicked, fucking disgusting society. This is why the Lord gotta come back and just nuke all this
That's
shit,
right.
man. Sooner the better.
Huh.
It's to the point where children are a blessing, bro. You know, look, if you have kids of your own, you know your child running up to you and shit. It's a good feeling, bro.
Yeah.
Now imagine when you gotta send them off to school, you tossing and turning at night like, fuck, I wonder what she's learning or he's learning.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Who the students are around your child and things like that. I don't have children.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It must fuck up a father raising your kid and he goes to school, he come back
Yeah.
alone.
Yeah.
And you know damn well you ain't teaching that.
Yeah.
But he learned that in a so-called white man's institution.
Yeah. They got compilations showing like liberals before they went to college and after they came out of college.
Yeah.
They'll go in normal and then they'll come out with the blue hair, the pink hair, piercings, tattoos, all feminists.
They've been indoctrinated.
They've been indoctrinated.
This is why I truly believe that dude killed Charlie Kirk, because what Charlie Kirk was doing was he was starting a movement with the younger generation, wherein a lot of them was like starting to stand up against that shit. And if you know anything, the youth is who you target. When you want any agenda passed, the youth is who you target.
Yeah.
So this guy, his whole shit was talking about, no, you should get married. There's certain shit he was saying, like only have one woman and shit, whatever, but that's bullshit. But I mean, that's your choice.
Because he had a wife, bro.
Yeah,
He was trying to appease his wife in certain aspects.
But he really believed that shit. He was like, it takes more strength to be with one woman. Look, some of these people believe these things. But the point is, he was speaking up against the trans shit. He was even in some of the shit he said about Jake, that shit was accurate, bro.
True,
like these niggas really do be.
Yeah, offering each
Let's
other.
keep it a stack, bro.
Victim.
That's the shit with Jake.
Victimization.
Yeah, Jake be like, you can hit Jake with some raw facts. Like, look, statistically speaking, you niggas just be killing each other. And I'd much rather walk around the neighborhood where you niggas ain't, because you be wilding the fuck out.
Yeah.
But then they would get
Jake will lash out.
What?
But
But it's
fucking
true.
rape. But it's like, yo, bro, nigga, this is that on the screen.
It's true.
But
That's true.
he was bringing out a lot of shit. Now, that dude offed his ass.
Real quick, there's another video of a woman asking him about abortion. And he was like, and it was a black woman. She was like,
So South Park made fun of him?
yeah.
But the shit he was saying was
Word?
real.
Yeah, but
Well, after he died?
No, before he
Oh,
died.
okay.
There's an
Yeah.
episode, Cartman is
Cartman
being
talking
Charlie
shit, you know
Kirk.
what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And he was like on the college, he's drinking the water, because you know Kirk always drink the water.
Yeah.
And some college, he was like, what his thoughts on abortion. And this is what Cartman said. He was like, how come when a woman that's pregnant gets killed, the man gets charged with double homicide?
Yeah.
That means
Yeah.
it's a life. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? So
yeah.
it was,
But
Yeah.
then now, this is what I'm saying. You had this dude, you had this black woman, she was approaching him about, how do you feel about, you know, Roe v. Wade and how a woman got a right to choose. So let's say if it was a incident where a woman got raped or she tried to put it out, he was like, listen, he put the statistics out there. A lot of women, mainly black women, since 1973, he said, how you said
It's 20 million.
70 million.
Oh, shit.
70 million black babies have been deleted by black women, and she got offended. But why? He was telling the truth.
So, you know what he said too? He was like, Jake's was better in the 1940s and 50s than they are now. He was like, why? They lost it like race. He's like, nah. He's like, look, y'all had more marriages, y'all had more families, y'all had more shit in your own.
Yeah.
He was going on into that.
Yeah.
But they snipped his shit to make it look like he's just
A racist, but he wasn't.
He was just giving you the wrong fucking. He was saying shit we say.
Yeah,
But
fact.
this feminist black female came up saying that a woman have a right to choose when she was raped. He said, but statistically shown that since 1973, when the right to abort a baby, Roe v. Wade came out, 70 million babies, 70
That's
million
crazy.
black babies. I looked it up. He was in line, man.
Bro, that's countries, bro.
He was in line,
Countries.
bro.
Yeah, Margaret Singer was behind that shit. It was
Yeah.
planned eugenics. You had people like Candace Owen bring it out. So when that dude got clapped, y'all know Myron Gaines. If you don't know Myron
Yeah.
Gaines, he's one of the guys behind Fresh and Fit. When it happened, they was like, yo, Myron, don't go out there. He was just like, that's what they want. So the big thing was Myron gonna go out there? But Fresh, everybody was just like, don't do it.
Don't go out there.
So
They
we
give
talked
good
about
counsel.
implications, what this might mean, right? When Charlie Kirk got shot, guess what you're gonna see? Less debates.
Yeah.
You're gonna see less debates on
Yep.
the college youth. So
Yeah.
that's something they want to accomplish. You know what I'm saying? Because they don't want these college kids start saying, wait a minute,
To be
yo,
informed.
and looking at these trannies sideways and having
Yeah.
these sorts of so-called Christians, they don't want that shit.
Did you say, yo, we next, yo? He meaning him, Fresh and Fit.
Yeah.
All of
The
them
manosphere.
dudes, yo, he's like, yo, we next, they coming for us, meaning
can say this-
meaning they gonna kill us
can say
next.
this-
That's what he said. You heard it, right?
Yeah.
That's the shit too.
We can say the same thing.
The
next.
shit is they want to put fear in it, and they did accomplish it. A lot of
we
people,
next.
a lot of people now are gonna double take. Yo, I'm not going outdoors.
They double down on
Yeah.
what they speaking about because it's
Now-
like
Now here's the shit, right? You might say, let's go indoors, right? Let's go indoors, but don't you know that you could 3D print weapons that could go
Yeah.
through metal detectors?
Yeah.
So it's just like, You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
hey,
facts.
well, you get Revelations 2 and 10.
50 caliber bullets go through metal,
Yeah,
go
concrete.
through walls and
Yeah,
shit.
facts.
You got more than 2 Ezra 15?
Yeah.
This is good, but we gotta,
Oh,
let these
God,
scriptures keep
one.
going.
Yo, just keep covered, yo. It's good, man. You simple for
I
me.
got that too. I got brother 2 and 10.
I got you. Just remember this one.
Yeah, go ahead.
This is 2 Ezra 15 and 16. For there shall be sedition among men and invading one
Now,
another.
that sedition among men, meaning coming together and speaking about uprising against the government. You have a lot of people that are not satisfied with this government. Yo, when you listen to these like people that lean politically left and politically right, their brains are fucking warped, bro.
Right.
I went to this guy Midas Touch, and the reason I listen to both sides is because what one side would do is admit certain information if it makes it look bad. You know what I'm saying? Like if, you know what I mean? So I want to hear both. Anyways, I went to this Midas Touch page. He's like a left-leaning guy. Yo, tell me the entire comments is blaming Trump for this shit. I'm like, what the fuck Trump got? Yo, but their minds is just like, they're so programmed to anti-hate Trump. Give me a little space up on the shot.
They walk.
They so programmed to anti-hate Trump. I'm like, I'm reading the comments like, what the fuck this got to do with Trump? But to be fair, there's certain times shit happens and the right will be like Biden when he's not. But it's
It's a
bro.
crazy thing.
But here's the thing though, whoever's in charge, nobody would be happy with who's in charge. You know what I'm saying? So that sedition amongst men is, they're like, yo, we're not happy with whoever the fuck is leading.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Doc.
Yep. For there shall be sedition among men and invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor princes.
Go ahead. So they're kings and they're princes or they're rulers, and we're seeing that now. They're not regardless.
Look at France.
Yeah, in France, all throughout the world,
Yeah, Nepal.
you have people. Nepal, they burned down that Parliament building.
Yep.
Burned the prime minister's wife to death. They killed her.
Germany too.
This shit is crazy.
Yeah.
bro.
So when all hell breaks loose, that basically the seed has been planted for when all hell breaks loose. Fuck
That's
the
right.
government.
Yep.
They never gave a fuck about us anyways. It's to the point now where people are just saying whatever the fuck they want.
Yeah.
Wow. Go ahead, Doc.
They shall not regard their kings nor princes, and the course of their actions shall stand in their power.
What does that mean? That means when they kill somebody, they ain't gonna gotta go through trial.
Yeah.
They're just gonna be doing the fuck. The police are gonna be worrying about their own families.
Yeah.
You know
Thanks.
what I'm saying?
They're going to carry out the mission.
That's why I said, bro, gold is cool, but when all hell break loose, lead is gonna be the #1 sought after metal, bro.
Yeah.
You're gonna see bartering systems for food for women.
Yeah.
It's gonna look like
Yeah.
all the predictive program you see on these different movies,
Yep.
Civil War and
Take car.
Leave
I
the
take
World
car. I
Behind.
take car. Come on, let's go.
You know,
Yeah. Yep.
you might not want to do that because now you're taking care of an individual.
Yeah, that too.
You know what I'm saying? You might go, get the fuck
Liability,
away from me,
yeah.
bitch. You might want to be in that Eli spirit. You know what I'm saying? Because Eli, Eli could have took that bitch, raped her, did what he wanted. He's like, I'm traveling alone. I'm on a mission. You
She's
know,
following him though. She kept on following him though.
yeah, but he was like, he was thinking very logical, like, yo, you hold me back. Because when you take on a woman, you take it on a much more burden than if you was alone.
Yeah, that's true.
Right now, you got more eyes on you and shit.
Yeah. More mouths to feed.
More mouths to feed.
Another mouth to feed. You right, but she was following him.
And you're
like,
defending her. She ain't protecting you.
Yeah.
So it's gonna be crazy when all hell breaks
Yeah.
loose.
Like shit like that, bro, right there, they gonna be fucking.
Bitches ain't gonna want to look like that in that
See
day.
the face first.
Chicks are gonna try to be ugly in that day.
Nah,
bro.
they nice. But I saw their face. They nice.
No,
bro.
what I'm saying, when all hell breaks loose, you think they're gonna try to put on leggings and show their
Hell
shape?
no.
Because that's
It's
just
gonna
more
be dangerous.
attention.
When the
Women
earthquake
wearing
happened in
baggy
Haiti,
clothes.
women was getting raped left and right every single day. Every single day. So women were on the lookout. You know what I'm saying?
What you talking about? Which way?
In Haiti.
Oh,
Right after the earthquake.
Yeah.
Bro, it's like thousands of children now that's born conceived through rape from Haiti. Because all hell broke loose. It
And a
wasn't
lot
no
of them
cops.
Was them Edomites going over there?
Yeah, that too.
Harvesting all organs.
Yeah.
And they added they was coming over to help them, but they was really harvesting.
Yeah,
taking
child
little
trafficking.
children.
Yep.
And saying that your mother and father is dead. Meanwhile, they was alive.
Yeah, facts.
And taking them and harvesting their organs and
Yep.
sex trafficking them. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of
Yeah.
shit going on. It came out,
Yeah.
bro.
So what you seeing now with
Yep.
the whole Charlie Kirk situation, again, we just focus on what are the implications of this. Well, we're seeing that a lot of people are becoming more like the Unabomber. Meaning, I'm not happy with society. I'm not happy with this person in power. I'm going to take things in my own actions. Because when you read the Unabomber's manifesto, that's what it was all about.
Yeah.
The Unabomber was the guy back in the 70s that was leaving all types of bombs and shit in mailboxes. And he was a very intelligent dude.
He was doing that shit for years before he got caught.
Years.
Over 20 years.
And he was a very intelligent dude, like Harvard, all these different Ivy League schools. And he would leave messages. And now you have these copycat killers.
Yeah.
Don't you know that the guy that shot Carter Jerk, he had messages on the bullets?
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep. Exactly.
So these people are saying, you know what? I'm going to take shit of my own. And they're going to start mimicking.
Yeah.
You know? Fuck that. You know, I'm gonna take this in my own hands and do this and do that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Because you got a lot of motherfuckers right now that already look up to serial killers. You know, they just ain't do it yet.
Well, here's the thing though, brother. They're not seeing them as serial killers.
Yeah.
They're seeing them
as revolutionaries.
Revolutionaries standing up against the establishment.
Yeah.
And what's wild about it is Luigi and this guy come from a wealthy family. Or upper middle class at least.
Yeah.
You know?
The same thing with these transgender shooting up schools. They're not transgenders with a mental disability because they're transgender. You gotta be buzzed out of your mind to be a transgender anyway. But you got a mental illness for doing that. But they're not saying that they're mentally ill. They shut up a school. They're revolutionaries.
Yeah.
That's the name that they're giving them.
Yeah.
They're revolutionaries.
Yeah.
And look, the left was saying go after more. You had this one post that said, "Who's next? I want to see Ben Shapiro. I want to see I want to see what's J.K. Rowling, because remember J.K. Rowling, she said, J.K. Rowling, the one who made Harry Potter, she spoke up against trans, and she don't want to put that in her books because she feel like that's not right to give to kids.
Yeah.
So they saying
we should
just terminate them.
We're stuck there.
So the left is way more radical and crazy and bugged out than the right. Because remember, the right is so-called supposed to have conservative and Christian values. So the left is crazy.
The left is extremist.
The extremists.
So this is a Revelation chapter 2 verse 10. Fear none of those things which thou shalt suffer.
Hey, and just like how you see people getting targeted now, at some point they're going to start targeting us for what we teach.
Yeah.
Right.
This truth will hit the mainstream.
Yeah.
It really has.
No, but I mean like
on a global scale.
On some global shit, bro. Because Candace Owens is starting to mention that they can't be the real Jews because they're Ashkenazi. Wait till she starts bringing out the fact that the Negroes and Latinos and Native Americans are the group. And you know what's gonna bug her out? She's married to a so-called white man.
Yeah.
So she gonna be fucked like, oh shit, I slept with the enemy. You know what I'm saying?
And I had a baby by her.
Yeah.
So now that's a tear.
Damn, my baby's Edomites. Shit.
My baby's a tear. I know she got a daughter. She got a son. He's definitely a tear. She got 3 kids by her. And they all by this nigga here. But by the Edomite, and she got sons, they tears.
It's going to come a point where this thing is going to become mainstream. And a lot of Israelite leaders are going to be at the forefront. You might lose your job. You might be put on the forefront.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Especially when that MOTB, the mark of the beast, the unfrightened microchip becomes mandated.
And then Candace Owens is going to look for sympathy from Jakes. You ain't going to get no sympathy. This is back in Revelation chapter 2 verse 10. Fear none of those things which thou shalt suffer. Behold, the devil shall cast some of you into prison.
Right, so some of us are going to get locked up for the things we're teaching. You know? Go ahead.
It says, ye tried, and ye shall have tribulation 10 days.
Right, so this is going to try what? Try our faith. You know what I'm saying? Being locked up for 10 days, and the number 10 represents perfection. So it's going to be a perfect amount of time if you locked up specific to you. Specific to your faith. Some brothers could be in their faith a week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, a month.
Yeah.
You know?
Yep.
Some brothers, that's why the scriptures say be faithful unto death. Some brothers have enough faith to be faithful unto death. So the Lord is going to give you according to what you can bear. Go ahead.
Right here. It says, be thou faithful unto death, and I will give thee the crown of life.
Right, so that's 2 ways to get delivered. Either you die with this truth, or you make it under charity with the truth. That's the 2 sole ways to be delivered. You know, and guess what? The only thing that sucks about death is the sting. You know?
Sting of death.
Charlie Kirk, hey, that was a mercy shot.
Yeah.
You know, just like that, you're in the spiritual world, and look, based on your nationality, either you're gonna come back in shackles, or get that cracker back. You know, I heard Apostle Mr. Hall.
So he did research on his
Kirk could be Scottish.
He's Scottish.
We don't know. You know what I'm saying? The Most High knows that's what the angels are going to do. But depending on his nationality, we know this, he's at rest in the spiritual world. And depending on the nationality, he's either going to come back in some shackles or come back to slap shackles on some Edomites.
Well, the Lord, once he got shot in his neck and he went right to the spirit world, after that, he prepared before the judgment seat of the Most High Yahweh. And the Lord told him, listen, I did that to you because I brought you out because you was doing this, you was doing that. And for the fact that you were Edomite and I hate y'all, and guess what? When you come back in the reincarnation, when you come back, when I put you back in a new body, you're going to be a slave. Unto the Israelites, those who you so-called hate. He had a disdain hatred for niggas, man. So the ones you really hate, and he know like, oh shit, he seen that Yahweh is a black man. He like, oh shit, oh fuck. He fucked him in the spirit now. But now, the Lord took that from him. You accept that the Lord is an Israelite, the Lord is a black man. But now, when you come back for the hatred that you had for me, because you had hatred for for the Israelites, you had hatred for me. Because I'm the same color.
Yeah.
You gonna come back?
His only hope is that he's a Jake. That's it. If he's not, slavery.
Your ass is going to slavery.
A lot of these rednecks, the Israelites, that's gonna bug them out too in the kingdom. That's hating niggas. Turn out you a nigga. Clayton Bigsby. You know what I'm saying? There's a bunch of Clayton Bigsby Israelites out there walking around not knowing shit. Then you gonna get hit with the factory of Jake.
Yep. Appreciate it. Zephaniah 1, this is the point 14. Zephaniah 1 and 14 says, the great day.
Yo, I'm seeing a bunch of trainings, man. What the fuck?
Yeah.
They out here, man. It's hard out here, man. So you can't trust
this shit that just happened is hard to miss. Go ahead, brother.
Says the great day of the Lord is near.
It's hard not to miss.
It is near. And hasteth greatly.
Yeah, the day of the Lord is near. And things like this was not happening in the 80s and shit, man.
Yeah.
You know? All these different talks, all trends. There's just so much shit moving on. And yo, you can't even rest. This is something new in the news popping. I mean, it's great times.
Yeah.
But it's just like, yo, but this is what the Lord talked about, right? The Lord talked about a travail as a woman. I mean, a woman in travail. She can't control those labor pains. That's how shit is going to be happening. Yeah. Popping off left and right. Go ahead.
It says, even the voice of the day of the Lord, the mighty man shall cry there bitterly.
Cry there bitterly. All right? All them people that you think are big, bold and shit, when shit kicked to the fan and you start seeing people eating babies, you know, hey, that shit with Charlie Kirk fucked a lot of people up. I was reading some comments like, yo, I've never seen somebody shot in my life. That shit put a lot of people through trauma.
Yeah.
All right, that guy that chopped off the head and started kicking it around and shit like a football.
Like a soccer ball.
Like so when I say football, I mean F-U-T-B-O-L. You know what I'm saying? Or soccer. He was kicking the shit around, you know, and
Edomite woman. Edomite woman.
No. It was a Jake. He was so-called illegal immigrant. Yeah. Chopped off the head of an Indian. Edomite chopped off his head, and they was arguing because he worked for him, and they were arguing over like a dryer. Yeah. And he did it in front of his wife and kids. Yeah. You see how the scriptures talk about the love of many shall wax cold? Yeah. Now imagine seeing that on the regular.
Every day.
The natural so-called American, they designed to see shit like that. You know what I'm saying? They ain't built for that type of shit. Right. Haiti, you know, so see that shit in West Indies. Yeah. You say shit all the time, but
third world countries.
But you come over here, you get police everywhere,
it's sweet.
You know?
They think they're going through shit, but they're not really. Keep going on. That was it?
Yeah. I remember I put a video on WhatsApp in the chat where this dude had committed adultery. He was in Haiti. He committed adultery and they burned him alive, man. Yeah. They put gasoline on him and just torched him, man.
Verse 15 says, that day is a day of wrath, a day of trouble and
so
distress.
So where's this kumbaya shit? Charlie like to bring out Jeremiah 15 and all these different scriptures. Why don't you bring those out?
Yeah.
It says
they had Carmen quoting scriptures. Pretending to be it. That was funny as hell.
A day of wasteness and desolation, a day of darkness and gloominess.
Yeah, darkness and gloominess. All right. This is why they call us a prophets of doom, because that's what the scriptures is talking about. Doom, man. All right. When before the Lord approaches and when He comes, it's gonna be a dreadful ass day, bro.
That's right. This dude was a Mormon Christian, Charlie Kirk.
Charlie Kirk was a Mormon Christian.
He was a Christian, right?
He was a Christian. He was a Mormon.
But
he was Catholic.
When we went to the spirit world, that that Jesus that didn't save you from getting shot in your neck, couldn't find out that it was an Israelite man, a so-called black man, a spirit with melanin in him, sitting on the throne, the one you worship, what you call Jesus Christ, but his name is Yahweh Shah. And he was sitting right next to him on the right-hand side, probably standing or sitting. And now you bugged out like, oh shit. But now you know the truth. If you're an Israelite, you good. If you're not an Israelite, you're gonna come back and change.
Hey, listen, Kirk, no more debating.
Yeah, that's right.
No more debates.
Debate is over.
That's what you think it was on Jubilee. One conservative versus 40 liberals and shit, just having a bunch of people come up to that's like up in South Park, they was calling it master debating. So he was like, yo,
master debating like he's masturbating.
Cartman mom walked, you know, and oh, I'm sorry, I was masturbating. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, in the kingdom ain't gonna be no debate, man. It's gonna be a monarch. Right? One ruler and that's it.
That was a good point. Bro. That dude that died, Charlie. He in the spirit world. He at rest right now. It's you niggas that's still here. And you Edomites are still here that's about to go through some shit. You know,
good.
Whether that shit was a setup, real or not, the government is going to use that.
Thank you.
You know, they're going to use that as a power play. There's a lot of power plays going on. They're stabbing on the bus, or the train.
Whether the event is synthetic or organic, they're like, how can we use this to further our agenda?
Also, the stabbing in the University of Texas, the lady was a retired professor of the University of Texas, and some Jake with dreads. There's always a Jake with dreads. Bugged that Jake with dreads, stabbed her up. You know what I mean? She broke her door. You know what I mean?
Order of KO, problem, reaction, solution, and Ralph Epperson book, New World Order, Situation Ethics. The word play is around the same shit.
Don't try to bust your brain thinking is it real or not. Think about what they're gonna do with it.
That was a phone. And also the military being sent to Chicago.
Well, Trump used it. He got on, and they said that the video was AI. But Trump put up a speech, and he was pretty much saying, look, this is licensed for us to be using federal troops in these state-level situations. They was like, look how quickly the FBI and the state solved this thing. So, whether it's, again, fake or not, they not thinking like that. They thinking like, yo, shit, you know what? We can take this and play, use this opportunity. Use this crisis for our opportunity.
What about the dude the Jake that came on TikTok and was like, yo, if Donald Trump, you come to Chicago, we got switches. Yo, we ain't having it. We gonna fight y'all. And then when he started getting a lot of
backlash,
blowback from when he put that video, he put another video. I apologize. You know, I was just, you know,
I wasn't saying that.
I didn't mean that. But now, that's treason, bro.
Scripture say mighty men shall try their ability.
So he was like, yo,
a lot of these people talking about what they're gonna do to Trump and shit. That's treason.
So now
we're talking about against the commander in chief, they can lock your ass up.
So now he started receiving blowback on TikTok. Multiple people responded to that video saying, yo, you committed treason, they're gonna come get your ass. Bet they believe they're gonna knock on your door. Then he was like, there was like, yo, well, you know, the video I made, I apologize, I shouldn't have made that video. I was in my feelings. They said, it's too late, nigga. It's too late, nigga. You don't threaten the commander in chief. Dumb nigga.
I got it. This is Isaiah 13:2. Lift ye up a banner upon the high mountain. Exalt the voice.
What's the banner? Banner's the scriptures. What's the high mountain upon his government? Go ahead.
All right. Upon the high mountain, exalt the voice unto them, shake the hand, that they may go into the gates of the noble.
Right, prophesy against the gates of the noble. We did that in D.C., the apostles. All right, God out there speaking. All right, the gates is, when you open up the gates, all right, that's the gates to a city. You know what I'm saying? So we went up to different places. You got brothers all over the world. Prophesying.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Letting people know that this place is going to go down. Right? And like I said, this thing is going to get big, man. And it's going to get global. Charlie Kirk death is global. You have people in Korea calling saying, I am Charlie Kirk. Getting together in Korea talking about I am Charlie Kirk.
Yeah.
All right, so it's gonna come, and the scriptures talk about what we're gonna get fame in the land.
Yeah.
So there's gonna come a point where this truth is gonna get so global, so big. A lot of the Israelite leaders are gonna be at the forefront.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
You know.
Yep, I got something else. This is Proverbs 11 and 21. Though hand join in hand, the wicked shall not be unpunished.
Yeah, some of you niggas sold out, joined to the so name of the black woman. All right. You know, Candace Owens, you join hand in lock with the so-called white man.
Yeah.
You know, all you niggas that
She got
joined.
3 kids by that dude?
Yeah, she got 3 kids by that dude. I think they asked her too on the Breakfast Club why she laid down with a white man. I forgot the answer she gave, but Charlamagne asked her that shit. You know what I'm saying? But and she's a West Indian.
I remember when she was in, I don't remember her, but she told a story when she was in college. Wyclef tried to get her, but Wyclef got her friend.
Yeah. I see.
Yeah, she did say that. Yo, one thing with Candace, a lot of these people too, you get information out of them. You know, now when it comes to news, whether it's mainstream or alternative, it's like perfume. Sniff it, smell it, just don't fucking drink it, man. You know what I'm saying? So get what you can out of that, but don't dive too deep. Just follow what these people put up, right?
Proverbs.
Our main thing is the scriptures, right?
Proverbs 11 and 21. Though hand join in hand, the wicked shall not be unpunished, but the seed of the righteous shall be delivered.
Right, that's what we're trying to get delivered. How? Is that 2 Timothy 3 and 15, knowing the scriptures from thy youth? Is able to make thee wise unto salvation. These scriptures, you know, believe in faith in Yahweh Shah. That's how we're going to be delivered. Not going on endless debates, trying to be master debaters.
The great debaters.
Niggas trying to win the Master Debating Award. He did all that shit and lost. But yeah, man, it's like...
Lost his life.
No, Cartman in the episode. But yeah, that dude did all in real life too, you know, just trying to just debate.
Yeah.
The shit was called Prove Me Wrong. It's Prove Me Wrong tour. And bringing back America to the Lord brought you back to the spirit world. That's what happened.
Yeah.
Prove you wrong. They didn't prove you wrong.
They didn't prove him right by killing his ass and being a tranny, but... Anyways, I mean, look, man, the nigga's dead. The elites are gonna use it. And that's that.
Yep.
Matthew 7 and 6. Give not that which is holy unto the dogs, neither cast ye your pearls before swine, lest they trample them under their feet and turn again and rend you.
Yeah, don't beat your head. Don't try to kill yourself trying to give this truth to everybody. This thing is precious. You see, when you come to this truth, you just shoot them blindly. Now, when you get a bit more seasoned, you see the truth is I only got a few arrows in this quiver. And you're going to be very particular about, you know, how you shoot it.
Exactly.
There's this one Jake at my job, you know, because I got this pendant on with the Syrian on it. He's like trying to, and he has one too, and he says the Lord's name in Hebrew, but he didn't say Yahweh Shah. He said Yeshua. But he comes up to me, he's talking this Charlie Kirk thing and the end of the world, and we talking about the scriptures, but I'm not going to full blown, yeah, I'm a teacher at Great Mill. I'm not going to do that. I'm kind of fill him out a little bit, you know what I'm saying? But the old me would have been all into it in the scriptures, and you know you're Israel. I just fall back. You know what I'm saying?
Let them come to you.
Yeah, these 2 Jakes at my job, they was just full on talking about how they Israelites and shit. I'm training them, whatever. I was just sitting back like, damn, word, that's crazy. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna. Yeah. I don't gotta really prove shit to them. Nothing like that, you know.
No reveal anything to them. I got a precept.
The one Jake, he was like, man, I'm not gonna lie, man. I was afraid to say this. I thought I was gonna lose my job.
I got a precept. Right now, we should have a spiritual mind out there, partial to heart, not the partial to heart. The partial to heart, the bar said we should have a spiritual mind in this thing, in this walk being, this thing about it, because a lot of things are happening, so we should have a spiritual mind, be more circumspect, and not reveal what you, like you said, you're not gonna reveal certain things to certain people. You let people come to you, and you just don't tell them who you are.
That's
so
what the apostle said in the video. I didn't get the chance to see it. Okay, well, that's the spirit.
So you gotta measure the times, man. This is 2 Ezra chapter 9, verse 1. He answered me then and said, measure thou the time diligently in itself.
How are we measuring the time? Looking at these news, looking at what's going on, and tie it back to the scriptures. Well, you gotta go back to the scriptures. That's the main thing. Go ahead.
It says, and when thou seest part of the signs past, which I told you before.
Yeah, you see some of these prophecies come to pass, and we have seen them. The next one up is the race riots. We just read it in the second Ezra, the 15th chapter. Uprising of the governments. This is what we're on the verge of. verge of.
You see that happening in Nepal, happening in France, so it's going on all over the world. But you don't think it's going to happen in America? Mm-hmm. Of course it's going to happen in America.
See, the reason it hasn't happened in America is because it's a lot harder to get to those in power in America. In other words, in a third world country, you can storm a Capitol building and burn the shit. You try that in the United States, you know how much shit that they got protecting that White House?
Secret Service, underground. You can't do it.
Snipers on the roof.
Snipers on the roof. You got all these different chains of commands.
Yeah.
You know, body doubles, all types of shit.
Yeah.
Right?
So it says, verse 2, there shalt thou understand that is the very same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the world in which he made.
Yeah. And these people now that's doing these debates, it's going around, you're going to start seeing them with vests and helmets on and shit, holding that mic. And that's also going to be like optics to fuck with your head.
Yeah.
You know? But there's no, man, look, man, I don't even think they should be planning. They're too predictable. You know, that was Charlie's problem. Here's where I'm visiting. And what the father said. The father said, Tyler was saying, hey, Dad, Charlie's coming to Utah. So he already knew. He had time to go out, scope best vantage points.
Yeah.
So shit, man, and that's what they was telling Myron. I was like, yo, you gotta start, you know, throwing people off with your routes. But you can't do that. Because these events you have to plan.
Yeah.
Like the president, they don't move on the main streets or whatever of everybody else, even though he got his security and shit where they front like their hands is out and they shit already on their gun and all that shit.
Fake hand. They got a
You know
fake
what I mean?
hand.
But they already got their shit loaded, but they don't move on the main streets. Look it up. They don't move on the main streets.
Bro, if you see Secret Service, you'll see them walking like this. One of their hand is fake. The other hand is covered with a fucking gun like this, ready. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I see that shit, bro. They have fake hands. That's how come they always like this. They walk around just like this, just to find out one hand is fake, the other hand is on the fucking trench coat like this, ready. You know what I'm saying?
Hand on the trigger. Ready to
bro.
pull that shit.
They're active.
Yep. So it's back in 2 Ezra chapter 9.
That shot they took at Trump, Trump wasn't the president at the time. You get different levels of security.
The alleged shot.
The alleged, no, it was a real shot. It wasn't alleged. You mean like alleged assassination at the time? Because some, you know, yeah, fair enough. You might not think it was real, whatever. But the point is this: he wasn't the official president at the time, and you get different levels of security. You know what I'm saying? Presidents, vice presidents, these sorts of things. But when you get to be a president or vice president, the level of your security is far different. Unless you have your own, so the level of security when you become a president, forget it. It's very hard to touch those individuals.
So it says, back at 2 Ezra chapter 9, verse 3, therefore, when there shall be seen earthquakes and upwards of the people in the world, then shalt thou well understand that the Most High spake of those things from the days that were before thee, even from the beginning.
Yeah, uproars of people in the world. All right, they're trying to overthrow Venezuela. They're trying to overthrow this, overthrow that. You know, so, and the Lord said that, man. The Lord said He's going to divide these devils, man. There's going to be division. Before every kingdom falls, there's division. Look throughout history. It's never, before every kingdom falls, that kingdom is divided, man. See what I'm saying?
Yep.
So America is straight up divided. You know, I mean, yes, you have secret kings and elites that run shit here, but guess what? The people themselves are divided, man. You can't tell me, people, like, after watching that shit, these so-called red Republicans ain't gonna feel some type of way. You know?
Why do you think Donald Trump said that? Why do you think Donald Trump made a statement that the dude that killed Charlie Kirk automatic death penalty?
You gotta do the music like the American joint. Do 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 do. The presidential
we're gonna see
shit.
it. We're gonna see if they inject him. We're gonna see, man. You know what I'm saying? He's on the suicide watch now. They got him wrapped up like a turtle because he's on the suicide watch. Nigga can only move his head, bro, like a turtle.
He gonna move his head, huh?
They got him wrapped up, bro, because he's on the suicide watch.
All right, Revelation 13. I mean, Salat. Revelation 3 and 18. Revelation 3 and 18. I counsel thee to buy of me gold, tried in the fire.
Right, that's talking about acceptable men, pursuant to the book of Sirach, the 2nd chapter. Go ahead. Tried in what fire? The fire of adversity. Been through shit.
That thou mayest be rich,
And rich in what? Spirit. Rich in spirit. All right? This trials and tribulations that we've been through, when you go through it, it makes you rich in the spirit. It makes you rich in character and morality. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead.
And white raiment.
And white raiment, right? Meaning pure doctrine.
Yeah.
All right? Because the scriptures speak about having strange apparel.
Yeah.
And putting on righteousness like a garment. So white raiment is the Lord want to catch you back in the pure doctrine and gospel of this truth. Go ahead.
That thou mayest be clothed, and that the shame of thy nakedness do not appear.
Right, and your sin, you know? All right, go on. Go ahead.
And anoint thine eyes with eye salve, that thou mayest see.
Right, and anointing your eyes with eye salve is going back to this wisdom. All right?
Seeing things through the dark.
Yeah, the wisdom of these scriptures is able to make you see things through the dark, like the brother said, because you have different levels of animals that represent different levels of wisdom, right? You have monkey see, monkey do. You have the parrot that just mimics what you say but doesn't understand what it's saying, all right? You have the toad, stubborn. But then when you start getting to the upper echelons, you have the owl, you have the dragon. Now the owl, all right, has a special oil behind his eye, all right, that's able to make it see in the dark. You know what I'm saying? So that's what the Lord is saying, all right? Anoint your eye with the eye salve of truth. And when shit like this happening, all right, you're seeing through the dark. How does this link to prophecies? You know, what are the implications of this?
Yep, and then because you got the Masons on the left hand side. Mm-hmm. That's why when you hear this what's the name dude, and he ain't on no level, but he tried to be a rapper, Rick Ross. He said, "This for my soldiers that see the sun at midnight." You dig? You know what I mean? He was trying to be on a level on the left hand side of the level, but he's not. But
he's a homo.
You know what I mean?
Rick Ross is a homo.
He's a fat
saying
homo.
that
Fat
he
boy
was
and a homo.
Rick Ross, DJ Khaled, Jay-Z, it's all come out by some agent, music talent agent, and they're all bisexuals. And there's no such thing as bisexual. They're just
Good.
Yeah. All right, with that, I'm going to let the next one come up.
Let's go next week.
Second Ezra chapter 9, verse 3. It says, "Therefore, when thou shalt be seeing earthquakes in upwards of the people in the world," it says, "then shalt thou well understand that the Most High spake of those things from the days that was before thee, even from the beginning."
Yeah, so right now in the times of earthquakes, all right, which earthquakes have been consistent. You know? Like every day it's another earthquake, whether it's small or large, you know? Earthquakes, tsunamis, right? But also it says uproars of the people. You know, we in a time of uproar, man. Okay? Going back, it's really there's been issues all over. You know? Going back to one of the main things that happened with the Benz in 2019. That really kicked things over. You know, after that was kind of like a downhill effect because everything starts to be intensified.
That's right.
Like the wars in Palestine, Israel, Ukraine, Russia. You got people who talk about leave Ukraine alone, or leave Palestine alone. Okay. Slavery is coming back up and running sword.
I got my sword on my phone, but I was trying to extra sword. Extra sword? So this is second Ezra chapter 9 verse 4. "Then shall thou well understand that the Most High spake of those things from the days that were before thee,
right,
even from the beginning."
How you realize the Most High spoke of these things? Because it's written in the book as prophecies.
Mm-hmm.
Okay?
Yep.
Now the men out there on the highways and byways, starting with the apostles and bishops of GMS on down, and the men that teach in like manner, they're now here prophesying. Okay? And what will happen is you will have people walking by, Jake walking by, and not paying no mind, not taking heed. But now these things are really happening. Okay, seeing the MOTV come to light, being manifested. Right now you see, hold up now, those men are having on something. Okay, now it's making sense now. But now it's like too late. You know, you're supposed to get this truth while the getting is good. Yeah. Okay. While when you could prove yourself to Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, not when it's too late. Okay.
Yep.
I'm gonna get something right now.
Alright. You get me some left to be in the house of Northern in the house. Okay, yeah, go ahead. Finish.
All right, this is 2nd Ezra chapter 9, verse 4. It says, "Then shalt thou well understand that the Most High spake of those things from the days that were before thee, even from the beginning."
Right, you're from the beginning, because these prophecies go back. That's why when they say, "Oh, the Old Testament is done away with," no, it's not. All right, because there are prophecies in the Old Testament that has to come to pass. All right. You know, even in the Old Testament, they spoke about Yahweh Shah. You know, so that didn't happen yet. Right. They spoke about wars and rumors of wars and woes and lamentations. That's happening now. Right.
Okay, this is Ecclesiastes 7:2. It's better to go to the house of mourning than to go to the house of feasting.
Yeah, the house of mourning is what? Is this truth? All right? Because why would you? What do we have to feast about? Drink wine and mirth about? We in captivity. We in hell. Okay? So to do anything else but to go to the house of mourning, you be in denial. Okay? Scripture speak about those that are asleep. You spiritually in a slumber. So it's best to be in the house of mourning. Okay? Scriptures say, wisdom making for a wise man mad.
Yeah.
Okay? Cut, get it? So this is that. This is we are mad, you know? We mad, we sorrowful. Okay? Why? Because we understand we in captivity, we understand we are oppressed, right? We know who our enemy are. We know why they hate us. Okay, and we know why we're in captivity. Okay, so yeah, this is the house of mourning. We try to get right. When you're in mourning, you come close to the Most High, because when you're in mourning, it's a time of prayer. You know, you pray more, you call upon His name, Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai more. Right, you more into your studies. Okay, mirth, a time of mirth. You know, you forget about the mourning. You know. But
where's he reading from?
Ecclesiastes
7, right?
Okay. Cool.
Yeah, it's better to go to the house of mourning than to go to the house of feasting, for that is the end of all men, and the living will lay in the heart. And like ultimately when you go into the house of mourning, the house of mourning, it really represents death. Okay, so like when you go into it's better to go into the house of mourning. It's talking about you know, looking at the situations of death around you. Okay, then to go to the house of feasting. The people in the house of feasting, they think that life is all about living it up. Okay, when you see, all right, hold on one second. So when you see like death around you, you're supposed to lay that to your heart. You know, like, yo, look, life is short. So what is life really about? Fearing the Lord and doing, you know, rehearsing righteousness, keeping commandments. Okay, because that's why I said that's the end of all men. Yeah, because at the end of the day, the time of death is going to come. Which these people out here in the world, they don't see that. You know, they think it's about living it up, living life to the fullest, man. No, the Most High can judge you any day. And look at all the situations, like you got all these current situations. People getting like in Brooklyn, you got Bronx, you got the girl got shot at the basketball game, going out having fun. Another girl got shot in the club. Some dude shooting shot in the club. 4 people died.
Old lady walking across the street with a walker and get shot in the head by some nigga that's shooting a gun around him.
Yeah.
Labor Day, they had Labor Day. 6 people died. You know?
I got a precept that more.
Yeah. Every year, bro. Every year.
So this is Proverbs chapter 4, verse 5. Get wisdom, get understanding, forget it not, neither decline from the words of my mouth, which is the scriptures. Forsake her not, and she shall preserve thee. Love her, and she shall keep thee.
Read it again? A little slow.
This is Proverbs chapter 4, verse 5. Get wisdom, get understanding.
Get wisdom, get understanding. Okay? Because you could have the Bible, right? Read it front to back all you want. And still don't know what the hell you just read. You know? The dark sayings, the mysteries. But to get that understanding, the Lord doesn't set up men. The Lord set up prophets. Okay? To get that understanding, the Lord got to put the Spirit on you to open your ears up to get that understanding. That's talking about the elect right here.
It says, right? Get wisdom, get understanding, forget it not.
Forget it not. Forget it not. Okay? This is the main thing. This is life or death right here. You know? This truth. Right?
It says, forget it not, neither decline from the words of my mouth.
Neither decline from the words of my mouth. See? The Lord's not going to come down and speak to you face to face. Okay? He's going to set up men. All right? The men are going to speak the words. All right? So forget it not, decline it not. Right?
It says, forsake her not, and she shall preserve thee.
And she shall preserve thee. Right? That's how we're saved. Through wisdom. What's the wisdom? Wisdom of the Bible. The Lord's statutes, commandments, and following them to the best of your ability. Right? Doing the works pleasing Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai. This is what's going to sustain you in the end times. Not going out to parties and repping your so-called country, you know, or what captive island you from, right? Because all these islands are in captivity on the East Shore anyways.
That's right.
Okay? So what's going to save you is having this wisdom, knowledge, and understanding.
That's right. It says, forsake her not, and she shall preserve thee. Love her, and she shall keep thee.
Love her, and she shall keep thee. Which her is talking about wisdom. You know?
It says,
these women can't save you. Right? These hoes, these black hoes, right? And Latino hoes, and these damn so-called North American hoes, they ain't shit, man. Right? What's gonna save you is this wisdom.
That's right. Verse 7. Proverbs chapter 4, verse 7. It reads, wisdom is the principal thing, therefore get wisdom.
That's the principal thing. All right, to have wisdom. Right? The scriptures say there's a way that seems right unto a man, but it leads to death. Okay?
Well, here's the point. It says, wisdom is the principal thing, therefore get wisdom. And with all that gathering on this wisdom pertaining, get understanding.
Right. Wisdom is the principal thing. Well, now that wisdom, you have to get understanding. Okay? Read one more time, Bump Shop.
It says, wisdom is the principal thing. Proverbs chapter 4, verse 7. Wisdom is the principal thing.
Right.
Therefore,
right.
Well, it says, therefore get wisdom. And with all that getting, get understanding.
Right. So you getting all this wisdom, right? Because you might learn something, and then like a year later, it might really sink in. Like, okay, I get it. You might get it more. You know. So with all that wisdom you're getting, make sure you get that understanding also. Don't just be a rambler. You don't understand what you're speaking about.
It says, exalt her, and she shall promote thee. She shall bring thee to honor when thou dost embrace her.
Right, that all goes back to Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shah, man. All right, because who created wisdom? Okay, the Most High did, Yahweh Yahweh Shah. Okay, and then after that, wisdom was created for who? For Israel, and starting with the elect of Israel. Right?
It's one more verse.
Yep.
It says, exalt her, verse 8, exalt her, she shall promote thee, and she shall bring thee to honor when thou dost embrace her.
Bring thee to honor, right? Because wisdom goes a long way. You can tell, now they call it being green, you know? When somebody's new, they don't have no understanding or no wisdom. Okay, so you can really tell. So if you have that wisdom, especially when you going through life situations, you could be on the job, it could be something as simple as went across the street. If you see a gang outside on the corner smoking and drinking, partying, you're not gonna walk past them. You're gonna cross the street. Okay, so that's a form of having wisdom. Okay, but that also goes back to scriptures also, right?
It says, I'm gonna read it from 8 again. Then go down to 9. That's the point.
Yeah.
It says, exhort her, and she shall promote thee. She shall bring thee to honor when thou dost embrace her.
Yeah, ultimately, to be delivered on those chariots, right? Wisdom tells you what? Don't take the MOTB. Okay? Don't commit adultery. All right? Don't follow wicked people to do evil. Okay? So these are the things that you have to do in order to be delivered. You know? Go out there and do the works. Have faith in Yahweh, Hashem, Yahweh Shah. Even at your weakest moments, you're going to be tried. Right?
It says, verse 9, she shall give to thy head an ornament of grace, a crown of glory. A crown of glory shall she deliver thee.
What's that? Get out. What it says? Fearing the Lord, get in the wisdom. Okay, spirit.
Okay. It's Proverbs 1 and 7. It says, the fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom. It's like the beginning of knowledge. The fools despise wisdom and instruction.
You understand? Okay. So everything to get wisdom, you still have to ask Yahweh, Hashem, Yahweh Shah. All right. That's what I'm trying to get David's son out. What's his name? Solomon. I'm thinking Samuel the whole time. I know it's Solomon though, but I don't want to get it out.
I don't know if you said.
All right, I got you. But yeah, King Solomon, what did he ask for? He asked for wisdom. Okay? And he asked the Most High for wisdom. It was not something he could just get by reading 1,000 books. Right? But King Solomon knew everything. Okay? But he asked, the point is, he asked Yahweh, Hashem, Yahweh Shah, or he asked the Most High for wisdom. Right?
So,
you got it.
Right, so this is on Proverbs chapter 34, verse 11. Come ye children, hearken unto me, I will teach you the fear of the Lord, which is the Lord's statutes and commandments, the scriptures, how to deal with everyday life. It says, what man is he that desireth life and loveth many days, that he may see good? You got it, bro.
Yeah, that's the man of the Lord. Right? Desire life and see good. Okay? Now, when you have life, what do you do? How do you have a long life? By following Lord's statutes and commandments. If you want a short life, be a wicked ass nigga.
It's true, bro.
Right?
It says, keep thy tongue from evil and thy lips from speaking guile. Depart from evil and do good, seek peace and pursue it.
Now, understand this. That's exactly what it means, man. Even amongst the heathens. Right? Scripture says what? To be at peace with all men. If possible, be at peace with all men. Okay? It speaks about being honorable amongst the heathens. Alright? So these small things you're doing, do really not on your own will or through any other understanding, but you're doing it through the fear of Yahweh, Hashem, Yahweh Shah. The Lord's going to bless you for that. Because now you're moving according to scriptures. Okay? You're praising Yahweh, Hashem, Yahweh Shah for every little opportunity that approaches you. You're not, I did it off my own. No. And so everything that happens, every time you do something righteous, or see a situation pops up and you was able to gracefully maneuver it, you gotta thank Yahweh, Hashem, Yahweh Shah for giving you that wisdom.
This is Ecclesiasticus, or the book of Sirach, chapter 7, verse 1. Do no evil, so shall no harm come to thee.
Do no evil, so shall no harm come to thee. All right, because the Lord's not gonna just destroy you for anything. Okay, understand that we already deal with wickedness. So if we was to be judged for it, we will understand. But at least we understand, you know. Because some niggas be dying asking why I do, you know. So it's peace in just knowing. It's a piece to that too. Also, it's peace in that.
Right. It says, I'm reading from the top again. Do no evil, so shall no harm come to thee. And when you sow wickedness in life, you're gonna reap it sevenfold. Whatever you sow in life, you reap it. Right. So you sowing wickedness out here, doing all kind of wicked acts and committing all kind of violent crimes, we're gonna come back on you. Sevenfold.
Laws of the Most High.
Yeah. So it says back in the book of Sirach, chapter 7, verse 2. Depart from the unjust, and iniquity shall turn away from thee.
Depart from the unjust, iniquity shall turn away from thee. Right? Because that's what happens to the unjust. You follow the wicked ass crowd to commit wicked acts, and then when you hear about so fell, or got shot in the head, hit by a car, right? Or the whole crew got locked up, got caught with a gun charge, that could have been you in the car. Okay? But you know, not to be so extreme, but it could be like that.
Yeah, right.
You know? It's not even extreme.
That's not being the truth, that's being telling the truth.
Yeah. It should really be happening, you know?
Well, let me say, I don't hang with niggas in the world that I know, but I run into somebody in the world from back when I'm my childhood, I see them, I be like, okay, I talk to them for like 2 or 3 minutes, and I be like, I gotta go, bro. I ain't gonna hang out with you. Yo, come on, let me get your number. Nah, I mean, you know.
I wouldn't even feel right, you know? I actually knew a nigga in the world that I met after I came to the truth, and it's my best friend in the world, and I kicked it with him. This nigga asked me to hold his gun for him. I said, God, damn, this nigga's crazy.
Nah, man, that's why you don't want to get caught up in no shit like that. So I'm like, I ain't dealing with this shit. So it says, depart from the unjust, and some wicked niggas, the 2/3 in the world, and iniquity shall turn away from thee. My son, sow not upon thee, it says, my son, sow not upon the flowers of unrighteousness, and thou shalt not reap them sevenfold. You got it, bro. When you read it again, it says, the book of Sirach, 7, verse 3. My son, sow not upon the flowers of unrighteousness, and thou shalt not reap them sevenfold.
Yeah, because what's unrighteousness? Now, if you reap what you sow, right? Okay. So if you plant something that's unrighteous, what's going to grow from that? More wickedness, man. Right? You're going to receive judgment for it. Ultimately, that's what it's saying. You're going to receive judgment for your wicked acts. All right? It might not be exactly what you did. Oh, no, this situation now is coming to bite my ass. No. It could be you did this, but now that's happening. All right? Now it's a whole different situation happening that's affecting you. And your spirit, you don't know why. Because you ain't been following the laws, statutes, commandments. The times, go ahead, bro. Got that.
That was that.
Okay.
That was that.
Okay, got it.
Deuteronomy 6:1. Now these are the commandments. Statutes, and the judgments, which the Lord your God commanded to teach you, that ye might do them in the land whither ye go to possess it.
Now that's talking to Israel, okay? This is going to Israel. You so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans back in the ancient times, when we was in the wilderness. Okay. Guess what? It was us, man. You so-called Jamaicans, I'm Jamaican this, I'm Puerto Rican that. We was in the wilderness, man. Okay, that's really us, not no Edomites or Hamites or so-called white people or so-called Africans. That was straight up Jakes, man. That was us back then.
That thou mightest fear the Lord thy God, to keep all his statutes and his commandments, which I command thee. This is thou and thy son, and thy son's son, all the days of thy life.
All the days of thy life, right? So it never died down. Oh, we gotta follow it. No, all the days of thy life, man. This is what we was told to do. This is how we was told to live. This was not just, it was a heritage. You know, it's a way of life. You know, You go to France, they have to throw shit out the windows. You know what I'm saying? We have our own way of life. Matter of fact, you was buried. You take your shit in the woods, you bury it. You know what I'm saying? Civilized. Right?
And thy son, it says, all the days of thy life is that thy days may be prolonged.
That thy days may be prolonged through following the laws. All right? You're not going to die or horrible and embarrassing death. You're not going to have, you might not even die, man. You just might receive judgment, end up paralyzed, right? You might get shot in the head, but you're still alive. So now your eye blink every second. You know what I mean? You got a stutter to you now, right?
Hey, bro, man, not to mention that, I saw this. I was watching a YouTube video. It happened in Cincinnati, Ohio. Some dude shot up a person's house, right, with an AK, right? Yeah. And some 14-year-old kid was in the bed sleep, and he got shot in the head, but he survived, and he was like shaking and everything, and he wasn't the same, bro. You know? Yeah. He wasn't the same.
Oh. Yeah. Whoever died innocent.
They shut the house up. Yeah. Some dude shut the house up. He got caught. He got 70 years. He killed one brother. Another brother, 14 years old, was in the bed sleeping. He came and shut the house up at 4 o'clock in the morning. You know, so everybody was asleep. So he shot 4 people. 2 sisters survived. They was upstairs. So he shut the bottom house up. You know what I mean? So the 14-year-old, the gun was so powerful. It was an AK-47, and went through three different wars and hit him in the head when he was asleep. And he was 14. He survived it, but he was like in a wheelchair with a helmet on. He was shaking and only had use of one side of his body. You know, that's the judgment of the Lord. He wasn't innocent. He's 14. He ain't do shit. He was a good, great A student, but what did he do with his feelings? Why the Most High fucked him up?
Where have the innocent perished?
That's right. Job 4:7. You know. So that's what I was bringing up. So I saw that yesterday. But actually, last night I was watching. I was like, damn. You know what I mean? You sleeping in your bed. You sleeping, snoring, and all of a sudden you wake up and get hit in the head with a fucking bug. You know what I mean?
And that's worse than death. You know, that's worse than death.
And then he was like, I respect Stephen Hawkins because he's in a wheelchair, but he's smart. And I'm smart. I said to myself, this dumb little nigga. You know what I mean? Stephen Hawkins is a fucking wicked bastard, man. Yeah. And he's dead. Yeah, but you got it.
This is Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 6, verse 12. It says, wisdom is glorious and never faded away. Yea, she is easily seen of them that love her, and found of such as seek her.
Yeah, that's right, man. And one thing about wisdom, man. Wisdom comes from experience. You know, you might have a might be on a job site with an older Jake. I'm 65 years old, son. But it's like, damn, you move around slow. What's going on with you? But then they always keep him on the job because he knows the job so well, because he has experience and wisdom. Okay. So that's what it really gets.
Yep. It says wisdom is glorious. Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 6, verse 12. It says, wisdom is glorious and never faded away. Yea, she is easily seen of them that love her, and found of such as seek her.
Now, that's the real wisdom, though, is this truth, right? This wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. Okay? Wisdom is glorious and never faded away. All right? Now, as long as we've been out here, going back to the bishops, all right? The apostles, okay, the elders of GMS, this truth never changed, right? These breakdowns never changed, the prophecies never changed, and guess what? It's only been happening, all right? It's only been coming to light to the point where you got people that at one point they would scoff. Now they turn around and say, you know what? GMS was right, okay? And that's why it says wisdom is glorious. All glory goes to Yahweh Shemi Yahushua, but Yahweh Shemi Yahushua created wisdom. Okay, understand? So it all goes back to the top. Right? Okay, right?
It says she prevented them that desire her, in making herself first known unto them, whoso seeketh her early shall have no great travail, for he shall find her sitting at his doors.
Right, seek her early, right? Before all hell break loose. Shall have no travail. Because there's going to be a lot of travailing in these end times, man. Okay? And we're seeing it happening. We're seeing what Trump is doing. He's bringing in the National Guard. He's bringing in the Marines to these neighborhoods, man. To these so-called ghettos. Deal with you jakes, right? With your switches. You know? With your switches. Jake got switches now and shit. They think they on something. But guess what? When you dealing with wisdom, the Lord said, no weapon against me shall prosper. Okay?
And the scriptures also say the scriptures also say the weapons of our warfare are not carnal.
That's right.
So in all reality, it's not a physical war that's going on. I mean, it's really a spiritual war. So while all these people out here getting bugged out, Jake out here with their switches, which is really, if they let you have switches, that's really low-level equipment that you got. That's really some low-level shit. You don't got the shit that the lock, the lock said that song. He said you got the shit that the government got. Well, the government got, you know what I mean, them things, man. You can't even comprehend, man. All right, so you gotta understand that. You have to, this is really for us, and this truth, and really for Jake in general, is really a spiritual war, not a carnal war.
So 2 Timothy 3:15 says, and from a child thou hast known the holy scriptures, which are able to make thee wise unto salvation through faith, which is in the Mashiach, Yahushua. Yeah, cut. Because we're going into wisdom, and ultimately the wisdom is the word of Yahushua, the scriptures, right? And this is what makes us wise by getting into the word, which is Yahushua, right? Because Yahushua, he is wisdom. He comes in the volume of the book, the words that's written in this Bible. So we're supposed to grow in the knowledge of the Most High and the Son, okay? Which ultimately is going to lead to salvation. That was it.
I'm gonna jump now. All right. Wisdom of Solomon 6 verse 20. It says, therefore, the desire of wisdom bring it to a kingdom. All right, yeah. It says, therefore, the desire of wisdom bring it to a kingdom. And that's what we looking for, man. All right, to be joint heirs with, our Lord Yahushua. All right? That's what's really going to bring the kingdom, man. You out here going to war with a so-called white man. He got, his blessing is a sword. All right? I seen they had little videos. They bringing tanks and all type of shit in Chicago and all these type of things. He got switches? Oh, man, that's not going to bring you to the kingdom, man. That's going to bring you right to your death, man. All right? This devil is about to show his horns. Okay? You're going online. Oh, we got threatening the president. Like, yo, bro, what do you think it is, man? All right?
Remember Black Wall Street in Oklahoma, there was a black community that was thriving. Right? They had planes and they just flew by and just kept dropping grenades on that area, man, and destroyed that whole community. Right? You got the area where they can just drop a bomb on your ass. Drive a $5 plane, drop a bomb, or they're not flying over, it's in the drone over. Okay? So you really outmaneuver it.
I seen on TikTok yesterday, he might be a Jake, he might do, he went through almost all of the structure of Jake, communities that he was trying to build. He went through this year, 17 da-da-da, 19 da-da-da. He didn't even mention Tulsa, Oklahoma. He wrote in the comments, I forgot that one. I said, dang. Right. You know what I mean? Yeah. So that's why, the scripture is about to bring out. You can read it, right?
Yeah, sir.
You read what you got. I get something.
Okay.
It says, Micah 2 verse 10, it says, arise ye and depart, for this is not your rest, because it is polluted, it shall destroy you even with a sword destruction.
Yeah, arise and depart is not your rest. This kingdom is not our rest. And this is talking about Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. Arise and depart spiritually, right? It's not saying go to a different country or go to the other side of the map, right? Because why? America and its democracy is worldwide. All right, Esau has a strong grasp on this world, man. Okay, so no matter where you go, you're still dealing with that vibration.
Yeah. These niggas want to fight the fucking military when they got mission plans before they go in, and then how they whether it's 2x2 formation or how they cover and they clear areas in the buildings in the house, and then they also plan for if that place got a window, how they move just in case somebody's in the next building targeting that window. You know how they call it slicing the pie. And then there's another thing called slicing the pie, I think, when you outnumbered and you shooting a group against a person on the opposite side. So yo, these niggas don't, man, niggas, man. And I'm not in the army and I check out things like this. Right. You know what I mean?
They have a weapon, right, where they could see through concrete, right? Man. And they got a weapon that shoot through that shit, you know what I mean? They can see you, and shoot through the concrete and kill you while you indoors, you know what I mean? They won.
I had that in that movie Eraser.
Seen it, right? Yeah, that was it. And that was back in the 90s, so that's old technology that they had.
It's a lot.
Well, he based on Arnold Schwarzenegger and his wife was what's her name again? Jamie Lee Curtis.
Right, yeah.
That was a good movie though, right?
Yeah. Hell yeah. Classic.
She didn't know he was a spy.
You got to get me?
That's a hell of a good game.
Back in Micah 2 verse 10, it says, "Arise ye and depart, for this is not your rest, because it is polluted. It shall destroy you even with a sore destruction."
Yeah, this place is polluted, man. Okay? And it will destroy you. You know, the food is polluted, the wind, the air is polluted, the women, the water, right? The mindset. Okay? It's all polluted, man. It's going to destroy you, right? Your kids, you go send your kids to school, they're teaching your kids about transsexualism, homosexualism, all types of wickedness, man. So that's destroying the mindset of your kids. Okay? They tell you if you want any government support, you got to be basically a single parent household. Okay, so that's destroying the families, man, and that's all really done by design to keep you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans in a docile state of mind. Why? Because one, they know who we are. They know we are the true Israelites according to the Bible, and also they know that Jake is intelligent, man. You know, we ain't just basketball players and soccer players and football players. We are an intelligent set of people. You know, we can really keep our minds together and create things. You know, so Esau knows that. He wants to keep us in a low state. Got it, bro.
It's Hebrews 13 and 14. It says, For here have we no continuing city, but we seek one to come.
Yeah, we have no continuing city, man. All right, this ain't our city. I saw some shit earlier about 70 Jakes getting together, and they bought some land or some shit like that. Man, I'm like, damn, y'all niggas is broke. 70 y'all?
70? They bought what? They bought some land.
They bought some part of land.
There probably wasn't even a lot of land to even.
I forgot how much land they bought. They was all taking pictures and shit.
70 people, so it took 70 people, so now they're gonna be fighting over the land.
Yeah,
they're gonna start suing each other in court.
Yeah, you know. Yeah, it is.
That's what's gonna happen.
It is. Esau buy that shit with no sweat. You know what I'm saying? Won't even think twice.
70 landlords is crazy, man.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that's some wild shit. But they talking about they're gonna build something new. You ain't gonna build nothing new here. We have no rest here. We have no continual city. Right? What's gonna happen is business is not gonna flow through there. Or this could end up losing that land through some hidden
Fine print.
What about that traded land fund thing that Jay Morrison bought? Right. And then your boy Aristotle came in and picked it up. You know what I mean? But yo, you know, with Jay Morrison, the corner, what's the name? Corner class? No. I've been in one of his corner class. Like a lot of shit was in Barakabar old neighborhood. Okay. So I went there, it was free. You know what I mean?
And they're gonna wind up suing each other and
You know what I mean?
fighting over that land. You know what I'm saying? That Esau's going to take over. It's going to be ultimately destroyed by Yahweh Bashim Yahushua. So, I mean, it's meaningless for them to buy land, and this land is going to be destroyed. It's going to become the biggest desert in the history of the world.
You got to understand something, man. We in captivity. You under these curses right now. So it don't really matter what you do to escape these curses. You not. Okay. You just gotta get through it. But that goes back to the wisdom.
This brother got said. Okay, all right. So 2 Peter 3:13 it says, nevertheless, we, according to his promise, look for new heavens and a new earth, wherein dwelleth righteousness.
Yes, there you go. With a new heaven and a new earth, wherein dwelleth righteousness. Okay? And that's going into the kingdom. Okay? Where birds gonna be destroyed, where Esau is no longer gonna be in rulership. Alright, it's gonna be the exact opposite. You're gonna be in a position of servitude. You're gonna be a slave. Alright, and you're gonna be in order under Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. You're gonna have the ultimate structure, which is the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, which is gonna be in our inward parts, man. And then you're gonna really see how you're supposed to rule and how the place will strive. For the main reason it's gonna strive is because the wisdom, everybody's gonna be following the laws, statutes, commandments, okay? And you're gonna be pushing Yahweh Hashem Yahushua upon these heathens, man. Okay? That's why the Lord's gonna allow everything to just multiply, man. Okay, the trees, the animals, the food, everything's gonna be greater. Okay? That's the new heaven and new earth.
Here we are.
Back in Wisdom of Solomon 6 verse 20, it says, therefore the desire of wisdom bringeth to a kingdom. It says, if your delight be in thrones and scepters, O ye kings of the people, honor wisdom that ye may reign forevermore.
So honor wisdom that you may reign forevermore. Alright, going back into these curses, what happened? Our people went away from the wisdom, man. They went off to following the heathens. All right, that's how we became cursed, became slaves. Became the bottom feeders. Right, going back to these curses. All right, but now here we are coming back to the truth, man. Because we in the end times. Okay.
The wisdom, that's what's going to lead us into the kingdom of heaven. We're going to be ruling with Yahweh Shah. We're going to be at peace. We're going to have them angelic bodies. The kingdom of heaven. So we got to stick with his word.
This is Isaiah chapter 33 verse 6. It says, and wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times, and strength of salvation. The fear of the Lord is his treasure.
Wisdom and knowledge should be the stability of thy times. Right? Even now, man, you're going through shit, going through little things here and there, catching our own personal hell, our own personal trials and tribulations. What's getting us through is wisdom. All right, ultimately fearing Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. Okay, now these errors, these trials and tribulations we're going through right now, is to gear us up for what's ready to come, for the hell that's really about to come upon this place. Right, we see Esau setting up for his to do his last stand, which is what? Jacob's trouble. Okay, he gonna do his big one, like they say, but he gonna do his best one, like they say. And Jake be saying nowadays, all right? But Esau's gonna do what we call Jacob's trouble, man. That's why all these different troops are gearing up, right? They're creating laws. Jacob's being demonized, all right? And we got Jake being demonized in the ghettos, right? Like just the same way you had the Haitians being demonized, the same way you had the so-called Mexicans being demonized in LA. All right, and they called the troops out there, and basically put LA, DC, on the martial law. All right, and it's the same agenda that's being pushed across these different states, and it's happening mainly in these ghettos, which are Negroes, and Latino, so-called. All right. There's no more than that. Read one more time. Then give me, it says, I think it's Isaiah 59, says the truth shall come like a flood. But read that. What is it?
All right, this is Isaiah chapter 33, verse 6. It says, and wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times, and strength of salvation. The fear of the Lord is his treasure.
The fear of the Lord is your treasure, right? Money is a defense. Real money is gold, okay? But the spiritual money is having fear in Yahweh Shem Yahweh. Okay? Now, to know, wisdom, knowledge, understanding, okay, it's the stability of thy times, right? Now, to know is half the battle. Okay, so if you already know who the enemy is, you know what they're gonna do. Mentally and spiritually, you prepared for it. You know, you won't be in locked up for 10 days, 10 weeks, 10 months. You know, it's like damn, we read all this in the scriptures already. So here it comes. But we know at the end of the whole ordeal, Yahweh Shem Yahshua is gonna deliver the elect. Okay, the whole part of that number. But you will see 2/3 bugging out. All right, grabbing their guns. All right, them guns be jamming, guns be misfiring. You can't aim. Okay, which put you
Shoot.
yeah,
Shoot sideways.
Can't shoot. Like in too deep. That wasn't no. Was it too deep?
You
deep, right?
did that on purpose.
Yeah, he did it on purpose. He did it on purpose. But that's how Jake can really be shooting though, man.
Yeah. Fucking listen.
Yeah.
Hit everything but their target.
Yeah.
Enemy coming like a flood.
Yeah.
Isaiah 59.
Yeah.
All right, this is Isaiah chapter 59, verse 19. It says, so shall they fear the name of the Lord from the west.
Right. And they feared their Lord from the west. How's that in the Western Hemisphere? Okay, that's where his truth really started coming out at. Huh? And the government really knows that already. You know, these news stations, they know it, but they're not allowed to say certain things. All right, you go on the radio, you might listen to the radio, or you listen to these different interviews. You might hear Jake every now and then call himself Israelites. Okay, like Kodak Black, he said he's an Israelite, which is true. He's an Israelite, but he's a bugged out Israelite. You know,
It's the same thing in my mind before you said it. It's a bugged out Israel.
you know. Jake is wild, man. Jake is bugged out, sipping on lean, right? Sipping, smoking weed,
Taking Percocets and all
taking
that shit.
Percocets, right? Jake is on some wild shit, man. And they want to be saved, man. The Lord ain't coming to save you, man. You know, in order to have a chance to be delivered, you gotta be doing the works of Yahweh Shem Yahweh.
Tell that in 2nd Ezra chapter 9 verse, it says verse 8, those that or 7, those that's roughly paraphrase, those that's gonna be preserved from the set perils that's doing the work. Roughly paraphrasing, you know what I mean? It's gonna be safe from the set perils, man. Then it says, then should they be, you know, in a critical case to have abused my way. Somebody has to serve, you know? So read on that, man.
It says, so shall they fear.
Shit is unnecessary.
It says, so shall they fear the name of the Lord from the west, and his glory from the rising of the sun.
And his glory from the rising of the sun. The Lord, when he returns in that fathership, that gigantic so-called UFO. All right, what Esau knows these things, man. They done seen images of the chariots. All right, they done seen images of the angels. And guess what? They were dark-skinned men. All right, so read that again.
It says, so shall they fear the name of the Lord from the west, and his glory from the rising of the sun.
Hey, the Lord is coming in his glory. All right, so say he's not going to meet you as a man. So of course you're going to fear that, huh? Right?
It says, when the enemy shall come in like a flood.
Yeah, when the enemy shall come in like a flood, he shall eat him. Okay? I saw the Apostle Hard in lesson 2. He's going into the marine. Marine means water life. Okay? And we were just talking about, you know, about the tactics
Yeah, like yo, because like once again, like they surveillance, when they go in doing they tactical shit, when they sweeping the house to make sure everything's clear and things like that. They also preparing for, like, let's say somebody's in an adjacent building or building across the street, especially going over open windows. They call a thing called slicing the pie, where they move across a window expecting that somebody might be already set up, waiting for you to get to that area. You know what I mean? Not too many Jakes thinking, praying for that. You got some that do, but not too many. You know what I mean? Not too many. You know?
Yeah. Now, Jake, unless you was like in the military before, you might be able to tell your family one or two things to get to, get ready, whatever.
Yeah.
But they, like you said, they come in with equipment. So see them, the Marines, the military, they're trained for this shit, man. They might come into the ghettos and have a blast, man. They might just freestyle. So, yo, wait, stay out here. Give me like 5 minutes. They might just freestyle that motherfucker.
Purge.
Man.
I got a preset, real quick.
Purge movie.
Yeah, like a Purge movie. Yeah.
I got a preset.
Yeah.
This is 2nd Ezra, the 16th verse 68. For behold, the burning of wrath of a great multitude is kindled over you, and they shall take away certain of you and feed you, being idle, with things offered unto idols.
And that's Esau, man. All right, read it again.
This is it says, for behold, 2nd Ezra 16 verse 68. For behold, the burning of wrath of a great multitude is kindled over you.
The burning wrath of a great multitude. That's Esau.
It's military.
Yeah, Esau, right? It's military. Esau is coming down with that great wrath. Okay, and like you said, it's military, man. What do you think that's happening right now? Jake is still lollygagging and joking around, man. They ain't taking it serious. You think them niggas talking about, yo, we got guns, you better not come out here? You think they're really taking that serious? They're not taking it serious, man. They'll be caught upon Yahweh Shim Yahweh Shah.
Yeah. Like when Hassan Campbell posted the video up of the dude saying that, and then I guess he posted up the military. I don't know if the dude was Edomite or whatever. He looked like an Edomite, and I could tell he was one of them special forces dude or whatever. He's like, ooh, scared. Like he ready to be deployed into the neighborhoods to do his thing, cause he already know they're trained. They're trained to do that. They're trained, man.
And that's their thing, bro. And the thing is,
they don't gotta do no 3-minute bang out. They can keep going into no man's standing. You know what I mean?
That's the thing that Drake don't understand. You had this dude on TikTok talking about how Donald Trump been at deploying no soldiers into Chicago because we got switches. But you can't. I don't care if you got AKs or whatever kind of weapon you think you have. You ain't matching the United States military, man. You ain't matching their military, man. So you're gonna wind up run out of bullets. But the U.S. military is not gonna run out of bullets.
All right,
man.
what about
and they're gonna mow your asses down.
Like logistics. Do all you and your gangs, right? Logistic wise, y'all can move y'all weapons from state to state, country to country. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Logistics, bringing supplies in and out.
They'll get arrested. You can't cross the border with illegal guns.
See what I mean?
So that's what I'm saying. So that's what I'm telling them.
This shit delayed.
That's what I was saying to myself. Like, okay, this, and then when I looked on his, on his page, he was getting blowback from a lot of people saying that, yo, that's treason. Yo, they gonna come lock you up for that shit. And then he was like, he made another video. Oh, I apologize. I was in my feelings. It's too late, nigga. You don't fucking. You don't, in your feelings, threaten Donald Trump.
And once you get caught, you ask to go to jail. You know what I'm saying? They give you the death penalty. They give you life.
But we got switches. Whatever, and then some dude was like, yo, the only switch you got is when you was in your youth, your mother tell you go in that background and get a switch so I can whoop your ass. That's what the switch really is. But they calling out switches, guns and shit. I'm saying I got a switch. Guns with extra banana clips, a 9mm handgun with a clip that, and they switch it to where it can be automatically, that shit don't mean nothing with the military we got. You got that, but the military got. Yeah, bro.
They said some dumb shit like something like it's over 100,000 gangs in New York, not realizing Esau got guns that's letting off thousands of bullets in a matter of seconds.
Yeah.
In a matter of seconds.
It shows you that, and then they got the Gatling guns. They show you that in the movie Predator with Arnold Schwarzenegger with Jesse Butler Vitova.
And that's old technology.
That's old technology.
That's
Imagine
old.
now. Come on, man. I mean, these jakes are you're clueless of what Esau has, man. He was given the blessing of the sword. You've been given the curses of disobeying Yahweh Basham Yahushua. That's why you a gangbanger. About to lose your life.
Esau came over blowing your house down. You know, I saw they had that jakes on the rooftops and shit. Esau blow that shit down, man.
With a push of a button.
Literally.
Look, that was it, bro. So that was it, bro. The burning wrath of a great multitude is kindled over these jakes. They don't even realize that, man. That burning wrath of a great multitude is Esau's military. The Gurkha troops, the UN troops, the National Guards. Y'all don't understand what's happening right now, man. Donald Trump is deploying and taking over the streets of D.C., L.A. He's threatening to take over Chicago and New York City. Imagine having troops in New York City. Imagine having troops in New York City, man. Think about that shit, man.
It's 2 Corinthians chapter 10, verse 4. It says, "For the weapons of our warfare are not carnal, but mighty through the Most High to the pulling down of strongholds."
Yeah, our weapons are not carnal. You know, we not out here. No Israelite so-called. No Israelite man should be out here in the houses and bowers, you know, with guns on them. You know what I mean? With guns on them. You know, that's totally off. But we don't believe in that. Now if the police roll up on us right now and it's a gun on you, it's all tight.
We all going down.
Yeah, there's no in New York. You're not allowed to have there's no license to carry in New York. Okay, so that won't make no sense.
You going down.
Yeah.
And you're gonna get more than 3 years for that one gun.
Yeah, and then all of us, we all affiliated.
You're gonna be caught up.
You know.
So we don't do that.
Our thing is spiritual, man. So it's a spiritual battle. So now if there's laws, now the police can roll up on us, but now if you have a freedom of speech, guess what? You're gonna say it with the spirit. As long as that freedom is still there, you know, we're gonna say it. You know, we're gonna utilize it through the spirit. But it's gonna come a time where we can't come out there on the highways and byways.
Goddamn right.
You know, and that's okay too, because that's all prophetic.
It's family of the world.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to that. Family of the world, man, because I want this shit to jump off tomorrow.
It says, "Casting down imaginations and every high thing that exalted itself against the knowledge of the Most High."
Yeah, so we casting down all these imaginations, man, all these strongholds. All right, like Esau putting up that image of so-called Jesus Christ. All right, the white savior, so-called white savior. That's a stronghold, man.
That's a rapist.
Right. That's an imagination. Okay. Oh, racism doesn't exist anymore. You can all be saved. All these heathens can be saved. Lord is all about peace.
Crazy.
Systemic, what Charlo say, Charlie Kirk, systemic racism doesn't exist no more. Whatever opportunities I have, you have. Whatever I reach for, you can obtain too. Blah, 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 blah.
Right, that's all bullshit, man. Okay, so how we casting it down? Through the scriptures, bring out the scriptures. Okay, history. Okay, but mainly we coming out of this book, which this book is history, man. Okay, not only is it edifying, but it's also speaking on history. Right, and guess what, man? The Lord chose the nation of Israel to deliver. So we can't all be saved.
It says, "Casting down imaginations and every high thing that exalted itself against the knowledge of the Most High."
Against the knowledge of the Most High. Right? Going into them books and all them theologies.
It's always the same outfit.
And, you know, whatever, man. It's all, if it's against the wisdom, knowledge, understanding of the scriptures, guess what? We're going to defend the gospel.
It says, "And bringing into captivity every thought to the obedience of Yahweh Shai Hamashiach."
Right, so the main thing is what? To to obey Yahweh Shah.
That's right.
Okay? That's why we out here right now, hours and bowers.
Doing the work.
Doing the work. It's a Saturday night. We could be anywhere in the world. Okay? But here we are, doing the works. Alright? Being obedient to the best of our ability to Yahweh Shah. That's right. Because this is deliverance. This is deliverance, man. This is a step towards deliverance. But you got it.
This is Ecclesiastes 12 and 13. Let us hear the conclusion of the whole matter.
Right.
Fear the Most High and keep His commandments, for this is the whole duty of man.
The whole duty of man is to fear the Most High and keep His commandments. And that's talking to the Israelite man. You an Israelite, so-called Negro, Latino, Native American. Guess what? You're an Israelite.
That's your whole duty.
Okay? Your duty is to fear the Most High and keep His commandments. All right? But we not, you know, in the kingdom, Jake is not in their right mind. Okay? Because if they was, they're all, you know, doing the works, man. But now here it is, you got the majority of our people, their judgment is gonna be death. Okay? Why? Because they don't fear Yahweh Shah. The whole duty of men. Okay? There's something called being born in vain. All right, a lot of these jakes, they're allowed just to be dead. Okay, just to receive judgment.
That's a scary thing here too. You know?
Let the multitude perish.
Where there was made the, you know, that was born in vain, like you say, let the multitude perish.
Okay, but here it is. You're gonna have the elect that's gonna be doing the works, man. Okay, seeking salvation.
Okay.
What's up, man? Okay, so we close it up, man. Low is edifying, you know. Spirit has to come out here and do the works. So we want to say all praise, honor, and glory is to you.
Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Kakwadash.